Hello, everyone. My name is Kyle.
I'm Matt.
I'm Alex.
It's Tony.
And we are Pseudo Adults. Hello, welcome to episode 182 of the Pseudo Adults podcast.
Wow.
It's a show where we talk about things that are fun and interest us, whether it's movies, TV shows, our own personal crazy kooky stories. And if you haven't already, you can subscribe to Pseudo Adults anywhere that you find podcasts and follow me on X.
Oh.
At Pseudo Adults.
Oh, man, that optimism corner is going to have to change the spiel. Yeah. Only on X.
Tweet anymore.
Yeah. If you guys are in the mood for more funny content and other stuff that you want to feast your eyes upon, go to youtube.com/SpaceZamboni. And if you're already watching this visually, thank you guys so much for being a member. It's because of you that our heart grows bigger every Christmas.
Wow.
Isn't that dangerous?
Cardiomegaly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's dangerous.
Very dangerous.
I love it.
It's a risk that we're willing to take.
For you.
The money will go towards the surgery.
Yeah. When we eventually get money.
If you're a pop culture fan, you want to level up in life, check out Inner Warrior. And if you want to transition into an IT career, check out Inner Tech Warrior.
All right, sweet. I feel like this might be the episode where we have the most items on the itinerary.
Oh, damn.
It could actually be interesting to see if I should probably time us and see how long we take. If we take a certain length, we can split this into two, maybe.
Imagine each topic's like 10 seconds.
Yeah, what if we just like Billy Joel? We didn't start the fire at like...
We could do that.
Speed run.
And then we do an episode next week and we're like,
Yeah.
I got nothing. So we're so well prepared. But
Oh, yeah.
okay, Alex, you got a new pair of jeans.
Yeah, I got a new pair of pants.
What kind?
Levi jeans.
Are they comfy?
No.
Oh.
Why'd you get
They're
them?
very comfy.
You know what I heard? If you want jeans to be extra soft and way more comfortable, you throw them in the freezer for a couple of days.
The freezer.
Yes, it apparently breaks the fibers down a little bit, and it softens them, so that way you've got a nice, comfy pair of pants on your tush.
Wow.
That's interesting because I feel like if you put like a vegetable in the freezer, like
soggy
like a broccoli, it would
Yeah.
make it soft and soggy. So it's like it's broccoli logic.
Yeah, it is, actually. Yeah, it turns your pants into broccoli.
Yeah, if that fires anything like dietary fiber.
Can I put it in the air fryer?
Probably.
Yes.
Oh.
But that might light your pants on fire, and then you'll be a liar.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, no, my pants are on fire. I put them in the air fryer. You're a liar. No, it's not a lie. Next, I will hard boil these pants.
Well, I put it in the oven, make it nice and toasty.
Yeah.
That might work too if you put on a really slow cook.
Yeah.
I mean, if I batter it,
That might break the fibers down way too much. That might make them
battering
brittle.
and frying.
Yeah, battering and frying. Same. If you heat your pants up, they get too hot.
Stay tuned for Alex's future misadventures with his pants.
With his Levi's pants.
Is that gonna be our new segment? We're just gonna do different pant experiments.
Yeah, deep fried pants.
You heard it here first, folks. In the name of science.
It's like style theory.
Yeah.
This is a pants theory.
Yeah, we'll take the market on that. Just
Yeah.
only pants.
Sorry, man.
Only pants. Yeah.
Only pants.
Only
I,
pants.
I honestly thought you said that.
Yeah.
Oh my
that's
God.
We're cornering the market right
Yeah.
now.
Yep.
Trademark. Do not steal.
Only pants. Property of
Pending
Pseudo.
trademark.
I thought that we should have pants cam. You know,
Pants cam. Yeah.
Crotch can.
I mean, we did beat around the bush, which hopefully will become visual. The bush once you put it through the air fryer.
People be like, I can't wait for the summer episode.
Mesh shorts.
Homemade.
Yeah. Fishnet shorts.
Fishnet shorts.
They sell them.
Yeah.
They exist.
I believe it.
They do exist.
So I went to Texas this
Oh my
past
God.
Woo!
Wow.
couple days.
How many squirrels did you see?
At the one.
Wow.
At the one. I don't know why I said it like that.
At the one.
At the wookie one.
That's pretty cool.
Why?
I don't know. I just wanted to see if you saw some sand cheeks.
Oh, that's a good point. I don't know why I didn't put that together. I was like, we have them everywhere here. Squirrels do behave a little differently when you leave our area. They're a lot more like they kind of like
Cracked
chill out with you, and they're like less timid.
They have guns in Texas, right?
Yeah, they do.
The squirrels.
They lasso too. They do the lasso thing.
I think the gun is more scary.
I think the lasso is.
Well, they
Because they'll hog tie, then they'll shoot.
I thought they lassoed the gun. first they lassoed me and pulled me over, and then they lassoed the gun.
They got the lasso on the trigger and they just swing it around.
Bang, 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 bang. I wandered around Dallas as much as I could by foot one day, and I, of course, went to the JFK Museum, which is in the 6th floor of the Dealey Plaza building, where Lee Harvey Oswald, reportedly was and reportedly shot him.
Wow.
And it was nice and depressing. They turned into a full-fledged museum, but then they're like, yeah, here's the windows where the window where he shot him out of. So
wow.
That was like the only part where I was like, okay, this is like the historical part. Everything else was just like museum.
Did they like make you hold the gun and
I
like
thought the
reenact
same
it?
They allow you to take a picture while you have like the gun and everything.
Yeah, that's like really messed up, right?
It's history.
They're the real life experience.
Yeah, or do they give you the option of sitting in the same vehicle and being like,
No, one of you holds the gun, and then like whoever
my
you're with
God,
has
yeah.
to sit in the vehicle.
That's
When you're
crazy.
coming into the museum, you drive by the window.
Yeah.
And then when you're leaving, you see everyone driving by.
wow.
Yeah.
And then they have the VR experience right next to it, where you can
It's an effed up museum.
you can put on the VR goggles and see the VR window.
Yeah, that's the thing. You did that, right?
No, Tony did it.
I
with
did,
the-
I did.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw on Dark Tourist too. They were talking
VR
about
for what?
it. I don't know if they had it.
For the
Van Gogh.
Van Gogh
Yeah.
Museum.
Oh,
So they implemented that for
Yeah, for this one, yeah.
Oh yeah, they actually are having a VR thing from what I saw
For what?
for the whole Kennedy assassination. Like one tour is doing something like that, yeah, where they're making one tour group had like little movies that they made. They're like, this is not 100% what may have gone on. They're like filming it during Dark Tourist.
Wow.
It was very interesting. And then the Dark Tourist got to participate in a scene. Well, not like actively. He was watching what they're doing. He's like, so this is what actually happened. And he's like, gotta come up with little liberties here and there. But they're
Right.
filming a scene of Lee Harvey Oswald at home and grabbing his gun and everything.
wow.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
The full VR experience.
Yeah.
Oh, look, he's having breakfast.
You live his whole day.
Pretty much was, because I don't remember if it was his actual home or something crazy like that too that they were filming it in.
Oh
What
my
the
God.
fuck? But it was something wild like that. I think that episode's a recommendation.
That's
If
crazy.
anybody's
Wow.
interested in the Kennedy assassination.
That's insane.
And he does two different tours. One where the guy goes like he could talk for an entire day.
Yeah.
Like he'll sit there and talk to you about all these conspiracy theories. And then the other guy that's filming the movie about the assassination with Lee
Wow.
Harvey Oswald.
Wow.
I don't know how we made like 3 jokes, and every time it's like, yeah, that's in it.
Yeah. Every joke's just real.
Yeah, like holy shit.
The thing is, the city is actually like promoting the 60th anniversary of his death.
What the heck?
I don't understand that.
There were pictures on like not just at, like multiple per block on street posts being like JFK
Blown away.
JFK was, it said
Oh my God.
Well, some of them said JFK was here. I'm like, yeah, you checked in, you didn't check out. And they had the number 60 at the bottom. And it didn't click for a while. I'd be like, oh, they're like really trying to cash in on the 60th anniversary of the president being assassinated.
That's
here.
like weird.
I find that to be strange as well.
I find that they have nothing else going for them.
That's their claim to fame. That's it.
It's a strange claim.
It is.
Yeah.
And then they build it up like a pro JFK. It's like, they have like quotes from him and stuff like that. They have a museum that was depressing because it showed what an inspiring person, how much he accomplished in a short presidency, and then
Damn.
his untimely demise. And then it did dive into like the conspiracy stuff plenty. I took a bunch of pictures of like all the things. I was like, I'm not gonna read all this now. Maybe later.
Have AI summarize it.
I mean, I'm aware. It's like there's complete podcasts about the JFK conspiracy. So You don't have to be.
Magneto.
Yes.
Yes, it was all Magneto.
It was the magic bullet.
Yeah, I thought it was
Yeah.
the Transformers.
Oh.
Oh.
I feel like that's also... Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, movies claim it just as much as the town. They're like,
Yeah,
we did it.
Yeah.
I think it was Hasbro.
The Transformers curving bullet.
All right. After all that fun, I eventually went to bed that night, and I was like, I think it was around like 1:30 in the morning, where I hear people from outside, like the hotel room, like in the hall, basically just being loud and belligerent, be like, check this out. You know, the guy like throws something and makes a huge noise. I'm like, oh god, here we go. I'm like, at least they're just walking by. No, they go into the room right next to mine.
Oh, man.
It was one of those things where if you're in a hotel room, and if you had two adjacent, there's like a door connecting the two if they wanted to use it, so they were on the other side of that door for me. And they like instantly start having sex, like and like loud, and I was just like, oh my god. and I want to like imitate the noises because they were not noises I've ever heard before.
Interesting.
Like almost sounded like she was being hurt.
Whoa.
And I decided to start recording Snapchats in the middle of the night, and I sent them to Alex.
That's amazing.
I sent them to Alex, Mark, and my wife. And they just kind of kept going for a while, and they were fucking loud as hell. Like, I don't know if they captured how loud they actually were.
It was loud. You
Okay.
could hear on there. I was like, whoa.
All right. And so at some point, it clearly climaxes, and like the noises, not to say they stop, but like that they're just like talking normal volume. But then they go and they decide to start putting on 80s generic rock music, like Welcome to the Jungle and
Going at it again.
some Van Halen music. And then someone else comes to the room.
Whoa.
And this guy comes in, and they're like, there he is.
Oh, wow.
I should preface that the noises before were like a man was just as loud as a woman. So a second man comes into the room, and sex sounds continue
Nice.
to the music.
That's pretty awesome.
So they're prepping for him, the music.
There he is.
Now let's blast that Van Halen.
It was like that loud noise in the hallway, just this guy cock slapping a wall or something. And like, look at this.
It may as well have been. Whatever it was doesn't matter because that's what followed.
Oh my god.
And he was the man of the second hour. So I'm fine with saying the narrative was there. A threesome was then occurring in the room next to me as the sex sounds continued. And I wish I should make a playlist of like all the songs that they played. At that point, I decided I was like, there must be like paper thin walls here because I don't know. I've never been to a hotel where like I could so easily hear what's going on in the next room.
Yeah,
and
that's
I thought
weird.
I'm not gonna like name the hotel, but I thought it was supposed to be like a decent one. So I messaged through the app about what's going on, and they respond pretty quickly saying that they'll send security. That shit never happened. I've been told in retrospect anyone else in this situation would have requested a different room, so shame on me.
Nah. I feel like you guys need a fourth.
I want to change rooms for their room.
Yeah, can I go into their room and get like a discount or something?
Can we unlock the door?
There he is.
Number 4.
Oh my god, the guy was just the guy from the room to the other side.
Yeah. He's like, hello, I'd like to request a change.
Was it
you? No.
Oh
Holy
man,
crap.
that's so funny.
I had a thought. No, I just figured that my night was like fucked anyway. I was like, I'm gonna be so exhausted tomorrow, regardless of what happens. So I may as well just see this through. And plus, I thought that like these people were like I don't know if there was like prostitution. I don't know if there was drugs going on. I was like, maybe I'm gonna get some like crazy evidence I can present to the police. It's like one of them ends up getting murdered, and they'll be like, they start investigating the people in the next rooms over, and be like, actually, I do have proof. I have voice memos on my phone. Okay, so what happens? So yeah, they go at it for a while. And I guess eventually all good things like that must come to an end. But there's like, like washing up noises, bathroom door sliding open, close, the toilet flushing, piss dribbling. I hear it all. Talking. And finally they're like, all right, have a good night.
Wow.
And one of the guys leaves. I pieced together that it was the guy that was actually already in the room from the beginning left.
Wow.
Because of conversation follows. So the guy leaves the room. I run over to the peephole because I know I'm in the direction back to the elevator from, like, I'm on that side. So I peek through and I see what the back of their head looked like. I'm like, oh, they're like in their 50s, like, big head of like grayish salt and pepper hair. I'm like, all right, so maybe I'll some fucking peace. and I think they have some sort of like talk, and I don't know if it was like positive. That part's a little blurry. I do have voice memos if I want to remind myself. But at some point, I think she was just like, he's like, I had enough of your shit. I'm going to bed.
Wow.
And I was like, thank God. and then it takes me a while to fall back to sleep. Just as I'm like maybe about to get there, I hear them talking again. and then I start hearing, you left me in the room with this guy for an hour.
Oh.
So that's how I pieced together that this was the guy that came along later. There he is, that guy.
Wow.
And he was like, that's because I was looking for my phone. Say to her like she's stupid.
What?
I was looking for my phone.
You want to film everything.
Could be. That's super funny. Yeah.
Gotta get the memory saved.
Yeah. If only he knew you had your phone.
Yeah. He would have been fine.
There he is.
All over the wall.
Oh man, so they have some sort of argument. I hear something like keywords like you said I could have a boyfriend, and and like that's what you do. There's all the female talking. I also heard her name. I won't say her name. And that's what you do. You warp things, and she's like, that's it. I'm leaving. I'm gonna call my nephew to pick me up.
Whoa.
I definitely heard her say that. Like, cool.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
So
Nephew pulls up on a skateboard.
It's kind of hard to push this skateboard with you on it.
Can you push? I'll hold on.
Yeah.
It might be easier.
I'll hold it to your waist.
Don't hold there. Don't hold there. That area's been used.
might be a baby growing in there. All right. So it takes her a while to like wash up again. Pissy, dribbly toilet, door slide noises, sink. And then she finally leaves, and I run over to the people and see what she looks like. I'm like, whoa. She kind of looks like my neighbor across the street.
Whoa.
From where I grew up, not where I live now.
Wow.
Maybe it was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then I recognize a nephew.
a long way to go to have an interesting time.
For the 60th.
A very like, I don't know, like Southern accent. So so I just like pieced together this like weird narrative that I don't know if it was like a swingers affair or if it was just like a prostitution mix of the both. So when she leaves the room and walks away, the last remaining guy, the one I unfortunately never got to see, was like, "Hey, did you take my wallet? And like, and he's shining this into the hall now because that's where she is. And she was like, I assure you, I do not have your fucking wallet.
Oh my God.
Wow. She has this wallet.
And, and then he just
And
like,
the phone.
And I just hear his door like slam, like so fucking loud.
Oh, man.
And like so it's complete disregard for everyone. I was like,
Wow.
like there must be other people that heard this besides me.
Yeah. On the other room. Like the guy who joined.
Ain't no vocal.
The guy that joined was the only guy that was left at the end.
Oh, right. So that was his room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the first guy who wanted to
so
change
he didn't
rooms.
have his cell phone. He didn't have his wallet. So that guy was a complete mess.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was my story. Hope
She probably stole his phone too. If she stole his,
I was going to say, she probably had the phone in the wallet.
If she's going like,
she put it in the meat pocket.
oh my God, my boyfriend is from here, and you tell me I have a I assure you, I do not have your wallet or phone. Like, that bitch has his wallet and phone.
Oh, man.
That sounds like a freaking awesome night.
For which person?
Well, if you
Everybody.
want to hear it, I've got like 10 minutes recorded.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
And the next 10 minutes of the Pseudo Adults podcast will be
Yeah, just that. Yeah.
If you want extra material, please donate $1.
Join the membership. Uncut version.
Yeah.
Alex,
This is the membership.
for no particular reason, if I have some audio files that need some like noise filtering,
1,000,000%.
there's a lot of staticky noise of the night.
That should just get animated.
I'll just put it. Holy shit. And then it's like a celebrity. Yeah. And they're like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
Oh, man.
That's my audio. Yeah, I'll just run it through Adobe Podcast. I'll clean that shit up.
Thanks, AI.
All right, good deal. Anyone else got anything? We dive into the TV and movies and video game things.
Bruh.
Is there anything you want to start with? There's just a trillion billion things. I'm going to start with one because I haven't talked enough. That way there'll be someone else's turn after that. I finished Ahsoka.
Whoa. How hot was it?
It was so fucking sexy.
Wow. Hotter than that night you had.
Have you inserted me into this?
Well, you were not an active participant, but you were on the sidelines.
I was very
cheering them on.
complacent. I have to say. If someone died, I'd be like, oh, I probably could have done something. Shit. I actually thought that the rest of the show was much better than the first episode. I enjoyed it. It still has those caveats or issues that we pointed out in the first one where it doesn't totally reward you if you're not familiar with the characters. And I mean, I do have my issues with it, but I found the show itself, the style, I guess, because they never did that whole like rock music crap again after the first episode.
What?
It was a way they introduced Sabine in this, and they never did it again. And it became much more felt like a Star Wars thing after that. And I was like, good.
I wonder if somebody complained enough that they're like, remove all the rock music from all the episodes. Get rid of it.
Yeah, maybe.
Possible.
But it was too late for episode 1.
Yeah, too late for episode 1. They're like, let's
we heard Pseudo Adults. We have to stop this. I actually found my least 2 favorite episodes to be the ones that that one, and actually the one that I thought I was like continuing to watch to get to, the one where that like Anakin Skywalker is back and like he's in like half the episode if not more. I found that episode trying for some reason.
Damn.
I think I'm like Star Wars counterculture. I'm not sure what's happening, but I guess I get it, but I think it was also another extension of like Ahsoka and Anakin's relationship in this, in the animated series that I'm not super familiar with, and I was just like, eh. So maybe to people that are emotionally invested into that, it's candy, but I found it to be just like, get back to the fucking show.
How much of this? Is there an episode where the cat takes the reins?
I hate Tuesdays. That cat's got to be in everything.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Ahsoka's cat.
Ahsoka's a cat
Ahsoka
that hates Tuesdays?
Ahsoka has an interesting Garfield cat.
Have you seen the pictures?
Oh, yeah.
So I just show the picture while I'm talking.
You'll get it.
Yes.
Oh man.
Yeah, I hate Tuesdays. It keeps reading the line wrong.
It's Mondays. Can you try that again, Ahsoka's cat?
It also makes me
I
think of
hate
like
Tuesdays.
Falcor if his face got mashed in.
There, yeah. I can see
Huh.
Yeah.
It has like a poster.
it. Does it really?
Yeah. Yeah.
What the heck? Why? Why?
Posters.
Why does she have a cat?
And you see its face.
What is the purpose of this cat? Does it do anything?
It's a Beans cat.
Yeah. It loves eggplant parm too.
Oh, the eggplant bar. Oh my god.
The cat actually mysteriously goes away.
What?
Wow. That episode was a feeler that just didn't
Yeah.
work.
It was in the first 2, maybe 3, and I don't know if you see it again after that. No wonder
That's insane.
I no wonder I was like, you get better.
Man.
Reminds me of Snarf.
Yeah, I
that's
can see
true
Snarf
too. Yeah.
big time.
I'll leave it here in case you want to keep looking at it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So
Eggplant parm.
I won't spoil the things that happens in the plot. But I thought it overall was a cool, interesting thing. I think that Thrawn seems like a really cool character, and I'm excited to see what they do with that character going forwards as the next big baddie. He seems like, I don't know, like a cool dude.
I know the cat.
I keep looking. I'll keep laughing. I can't look.
You look, you laugh, you lose.
Yeah. That'd be like the one you laugh, you lose challenge. I'd always lose. Fucking cat.
Oh man.
Why don't you love me?
My comedy kryptonite.
Oh my god.
You know his classic phrase on this podcast, it's almost Tuesday.
Yeah.
Someone mod this thing into Stray.
Yes.
I was watching the Screen Crush guys videos. I only watched the one after the final episode of Ahsoka. But things happen, some characters get displaced, and pointed out that Sabine is now in a place where she's not taking care of this cat anymore. I'm like, is this thing starved to death? So that's exciting to think about.
That's a show we want to watch.
I would overall, I mean, Tony, did you watch the Rebels Clone Wars shows?
I saw like key episodes. That's how I
so
watched
you
it.
probably get more out of it than I did.
Probably.
I think it's overall an enjoyable show, and I'd recommend it.
Interesting.
And that's probably setting up for what comes next. Like what Dave Filoni is supposed to be making a Star Wars movie. So they have the character Ezra in it, and all I could say is he is our Lord and Messiah, Jesus Christ.
Nice.
He just looks like Jesus. I don't know. And I don't know if he has any other decent qualities about him.
Interesting.
There was one point where he was like, I don't need a lightsaber. I have the Force. And he like does cool Force stuff in a fight. And then the final episode, he totally uses a lightsaber. So I'm like, what happened, man?
That was tiring. So now I'm using a lightsaber.
Yeah. I don't know that much about him, but apparently he just talks shit and then just does something else the next episode. So that's cool. I don't like Sabine's character. I thought that she was my most problematic thing. And I tried to like research things to make sure I like wasn't super ignorant when I was like, this bothers me. And was there anything about her learning to use the Force in prior incarnations? Because as far as I could tell, there wasn't. I think she wields a lightsaber and that's about it. I don't know. I'm not sure. Like, they built her up to be a great warrior, and she's like the first character that like consistently gets shot by like stormtroopers or like other things all the time. But they shoot her on like the, what do you call the Mandalorian armor parts of her thing. So it's like she's never wounded by it. But I was like, wow, she's like the one character that would have been dead like 100 times in the original trilogy.
They can't hit the side of the
and they're building her
bomb.
up as like she's gonna be the greatest warrior. I'm like, I don't buy it.
Yeah.
But then she's like learning to use the Force all season, and I guess it's not an original thing where like I think some people there's like, is it okay for Star Wars to make it be like, yeah, if you just keep training, like to learn a foreign language, you could learn to use the Force one day.
Interesting.
And it's like, shouldn't it be a not God-given, but like like from birth, like like some people happen to have access.
Midichlorians.
Yeah, right. It's like they said it, they can't unsay it. Maybe there was a rogue episode of Clone Wars where they're just like, yeah, she's got a few.
Yeah, well, maybe they should do midichlorian injections.
Yeah.
Injection.
Yeah. Well,
like the boys.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, like the boys. Like that, right? Because then you want to be force sensitive? Boom, here, mop kid.
That could be a whole like plot.
Yeah. Why even have stormtroopers if you could just make a bunch of Jedis or Sith?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're always worried about those kyber crystals, but they're not thinking about the midichlorian juice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like that if it's just like their C4 or raised energy. Midichlorian juice.
Yeah, now with midichlorian energy, you can use the force.
Oh my god, why hasn't anybody done that?
Yeah.
Should be
They're
Jedi
like, now,
energy.
son, do your homework. Die, Dad.
And that's the advertisement.
Gotta buy that juice.
Jedi fuel.
J fuel.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wait, so Jedi and Sith fuel though?
Whoa.
Right?
Yeah.
That'd
That's
be-
all the same thing. It's all the same.
It's all the same
active ingredient.
midichlorian.
It's just the
Yeah.
dye.
Yeah. One's blue, red, green.
Yeah.
There's overall movement away from the Jedi, though. Everyone just wants to use the Force however they want to use it.
Yeah.
Well, then how come that guy in Rogue One, I am one with the Force is with me, he just fucking dies?
Yeah.
The whole movie, they're like, oh my god, he's gonna actually end up using the Force? Because, like, he's all about that shit and then nothing.
Yep.
People like that movie.
So I enjoy it. I do. I'll admit, I like some stupid shit. I'll be the first to admit.
I like stupid shit, too.
I think we all do. We all
I
do.
think the first time I heard him say that line, I'm like, I can't like this movie. And then it became his, like, catchphrase.
That's the only line he says, like, the whole movie.
He's got that tattooed on his scrotum.
It doesn't work. So if it's working for everybody else, maybe he needs that J fuel.
Yeah, he needs J fuel.
Whoa. I thought some of the more intriguing characters were like the ones that were kind of like on the villainous side. The Ray Stevenson character, who to my understanding reprised his voice role from his character from the Rebels or Clone War. I don't know which is which. Show was, I thought, a really cool character, and they set him up to do some really interesting things, but he's the one that passed away recently. So hopefully they do continue the plot, though, because I'm just curious to be like, just introducing interesting new elements. It's a risk, but they need to do it at the same time, because otherwise it's just retreading the same old stuff. I saw like the perks, like there was no Tatooine, there was no like feeling like you're stuck in the same place all the time. It felt adventurous. It felt like at a large scope. So these are all pluses about this show. Ahsoka was monotone and boring, honestly. I just blame whatever direction that she got. Like I know that she's a good actress, so
Yeah.
it's weird. What was I gonna say? The fuck. I'll come back to it, but I'm interested to see. Oh, there were these characters which they, I guess, were in the animated thing, but they were the most ridiculous characters in my opinion. They were like, they're not from Star Wars. They were like these red witches.
What?
Red witches?
Yeah, they're in Rebels. But they were like a different group of these red witches. They're like,
who is here that uses the Force? I sense them.
Like super cartoony.
and they've got like black, like those crazy, like I don't know, like monster movie black eyes. And,
the rays.
yeah, and they have like crazy makeup, and they just
Hey, bug-eyed. Hey, who's here?
and then Thrawn just like chills with them the whole time. And he's like, "What's up, my bitches?"
It says groupies.
Yeah.
There's a Jedi amongst us.
Were they taking a trip to Texas?
There he is.
I hear people say that a lot. There he is. And now I'm gonna associate it with a hotel room.
Flashbacks.
Every time you hear it, you're just gonna get a boner.
Oh my god, it was like
I just take out my phone and start making a voice memo. Yeah.
man.
So I thought the Red Witches were funny. They're introducing like force could be used in like a magical way.
Magical way? What's the difference between what it's being used for now and magical?
Zombies.
Whoa!
You can make zombies?
Zombies.
Oh.
That's pretty neat.
Zombie stormtroopers.
Huh.
Force probably could do that if you like took the batteries and put like reversed them and
Yeah, if it could
I
make
don't
you
know.
dead, it could make you kind
So-
of living dead.
I guess.
Again.
but it's not
some ancient
these are all
force.
like to my understanding the show just incorporates stuff that was in the anime stuff or it was in some books like it's not bringing any totally new concepts. The fucking space whales, yeah, like they travel to another galaxy via way of Pinocchio. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
well, Kylo Ren like force kissed. That sounds bad. Force.
Yes, it does.
I mean, it was a long time ago.
in a galaxy far, far away.
Consensually force kissed. So, did he make Rey a zombie? Or did they have to kiss all the stormtroopers to make them zombies?
Oh, yeah. Right? Just.
I hope so.
Me too.
I'd watch that movie.
Another reason to renew my Disney Plus subscription.
Oh, yeah. All right. So you guys want to talk about the Gen V show?
It was cool. It was very good.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know. From what we've seen so far in episode 1, there's a good mystery. They have this character with an interesting power where she's able to control blood.
Yes.
And you pointed out very accurately that it's the character from Mortal Kombat.
Oh.
Yeah. It's like, wow, that's right.
I think so far, if you like The Boys, and we weren't really too big of a fan of the animated thing.
Oh, I didn't even watch that.
So,
Diabolical.
yeah, I was afraid of anything that wasn't the actual The Boys show.
Forgot
I was
about
like,
that.
oh no, is this going to suck? But I was pleasantly surprised. It was
Yeah,
like-
it was fun.
yeah,
It
exactly.
was funny. It had some good humor thrown in there. It had superheroes still doing
Oh, yeah.
crazy stuff.
It feels like it was written by the same people. Like, it's only the same quality, but the show is about like I can't even say college life because I don't know if I've seen a teacher.
There's that one professor that doesn't teach anything. He just
Yeah.
sits in his office the whole time.
They've shown two like adults
Yeah.
there, and I haven't seen either of them teach a class. At least I
Very
don't
true.
think I have. If
most
I
we
did, I blinked and I missed it.
The most we
Interesting.
saw was that teacher in that that other like high school, that mutant or school, I guess, because it seemed like they had students of all age in the class.
That other one that she came from.
Yeah.
But it's weird to me because parts of it are making me like question now the Boys stuff.
Yeah, you brought the whole thing up with
Starlight.
Yeah, exactly, because it seemed like these people had to do training in order to or do these classes
True,
to become a
true.
superhero. And
She was-
Starlight,
She was so blindly like,
she didn't really have any followers or anything, it seemed like, because that's what they were trying to run off of was the clout. And then, this is what they are now. That's their new rules.
you
for
have to give
being
them
a
some
hero,
weird
to be in the
liberties
seven.
to like make that acceptable. Like, oh, we tried a weird risk that we would never, Vought would never ever take. Yeah. To let someone into the. What's the number? Seven, six? I was like 5.
Yeah.
No.
They're dwindling quickly.
Honestly?
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
Yeah. So I enjoyed it. I'm interested to see what happens and where the story goes, where the plot takes us. Because to me, having blood powers and continuously using your blood is not smart. Like, I'd go to the meat store and, like, use the excess blood off of, like, a ribeye steak or something. I wouldn't always be like, cut my life into pieces. I'm gonna use my blood.
Yeah, and that was the thing that was really confusing was the whole self-harm thing. We're like, oh, is there going to be like a suicide thing in here? And no, it's the person using their power.
Huh.
But they count that as a self-harm.
Yeah, because
The disclaimers.
Yeah.
I'd say that was a good episode. Yeah. They're like, this features suicide. Like,
Yeah, it was
all right. Now you have my attention.
Break out the pop-up.
It's horrible.
And then any credits has no music, right?
yeah. It's like, oh.
Like, every episode's Red Wedding. Is that yeah, the show's cool. It's kind of fun to like mix the humor and like the graphic things that The Boys is known for with dumb. I don't know. I guess they're probably still technically teenagers if they're starting college, right? Like
18 or
dumb older kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that whole scene with the Wang is a questionable thing then, because it's like, uh-oh.
Also, the bulimia before the...
Oh, yeah, that was a little wild.
That how she shrinks?
That power is kind of stinky.
Yeah, well,
'Cause she's
they're
gonna
making
throw up.
a whole thing out of that to be like, is that like her struggle, her story? And she was like, that's just how I shrink, man. Like, I don't have an eating disorder. And so it's an interesting, strange choice and commentary on it. But I'm theorizing that it's room for these characters to develop their abilities more. And I think that you could shrink without doing that thing. I don't know. And same thing with the main character with the blood abilities. I was just like, yeah, that seems like awfully inconvenient. Like somebody like, oh my god, I'm gonna pass out.
Yeah, I'm surprised she just can't make the blood come out of her pores. She's got to cut herself.
But she can control other people's blood too, right?
Yeah.
So
She controlled her mom's.
Oh, yeah, she did.
so yeah, it's a good show. You should watch it.
It almost sounds like it's like an X-Men version of The Boys. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Much more vibes of X-Men, yeah.
Yes.
But it's still like the Vought politicalness of it
okay.
is like incorporated into it.
I like Mommy Milky was in it.
Who?
Mommy Milky?
Oh, I forgot, honestly.
Yeah.
The character from season 1.
Oh, with the boobs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mommy
Okay.
Milky.
From Karate Kid.
Yeah.
Cool. Did anyone else see the first episode of the Loki season 2?
No.
I did.
Nice. What'd you think?
I thought I was confused at the end of it. I was like, what the fuck is happening?
I felt that way throughout the whole thing, but but I was like, I probably missed things, and I accepted it and moved on.
Yeah, because the whole concept of bringing him back from the time slipping.
Yeah.
I was like, can you just show me like a flow chart or something?
I did need that, but at the same time, I was like, you know what? This feels so fun and original that I that was my favorite episode of Loki.
Fair enough, yeah.
That they introduced. I think my wife said that she read a review. I don't know if it was of the whole season or of this episode, saying like it lost the heart. And I watched the first episode, be like, I don't know what that's talking about, because they introduced a new, very like interesting, like probably heartfelt character.
OB-GYN?
Yeah. Opie and Anthony. Short round.
Yeah, I love him.
It's like he was really cool. They did some fun things plot wise in that episode, and the characters that we know and like from season 1 are still only like them more from this episode. Maybe I'm not naming names. Is anyone with a big crooked nose?
Could be anyone.
Wow.
And I thought it was like a really original sci-fi episode, even if I didn't understand it, and just like something about like it'll work or you'll lose all your skin. Like, I don't want to lose my skin.
And they say that like 10 times.
Yeah, they really beat that.
Yeah.
That was like the milking of the turtles from the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
What is that? The milking machine.
So I enjoyed the episode. I thought it was fun. Marvel is just like, this is our Doctor Who, and shut the fuck up. This is our Doctor Who.
Okay.
And I feel like they've just accepted it. And I've come to terms with the fact that I'm not going to know what is happening. Yeah, what is happening or what actually caused this time split, and they don't care either yet. So I'm like, this is fine. I'm just gonna. It's a fun romp.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
The explanation, I'd turn the brain off because they don't really explain. I don't really care to explain.
Yeah.
And I think that, I don't know, maybe it's all just me and my psychologicalness, but I think that like my issues with season 1 being like a big COVID production is gonna make me like season 2 a lot more. And the way I like the first episode, I think is a good sign.
Oh, good. Nice.
And I think that it's good because it's also has like a creative vision already, like a style, and they just need to like continue and expand on it a bit and like as opposed to like every other Marvel thing where it's like they're starting square one, scratch, and like a lot of them aren't clicking these days.
Yeah.
So it's like at least they got that. Everyone liked the style of Loki season 1, so it's like they're like, okay, cool. I was really excited during one part of the first episode where he actually interacts with that background of the TVA. I was like, oh my god, they're going into it. Then he immediately comes back into the same fucking building.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I just want to go out there, like just drop him in there and like let's see what's going on in that fucking weird realm or wherever they are.
Yeah, he went on the Star Wars taxi.
Yeah, it was sweet. I was like, yes, we're getting into it, and then he somehow goes right back into the building. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
But besides that,
man.
all right, Tony, your turn.
Okay, what's up?
It was good.
Which would you like to talk about? Video game or actually they're both video games.
They're
right?
both video games.
Yeah, you've been gamer.
So, yeah.
Gamer man.
So Final Fantasy 16 finally finished it. It was awesome. The story was an emotional roller coaster. Rachel and I were both crying by the end of it. And
Chopping onions.
Yeah, we're chopping onions. Yeah. Every time we play Final Fantasy 16, just got to chop an onion. You know, it's part of the gameplay.
Do they have cooking in that game? Like 15?
No.
Oh, so you can't chop onions in the game.
No,
no.
that's why I had to do it in real life. That's why. But no, it was really good. That I would say I think what made it really good is that it reminds me of like Full Metal Alchemist in a sense, where it's like it's about brothers, it's about what it is to be human, it's about like fighting destiny and like fate, and like it's they go into a whole story about like how the gods arrive in this version of the world and like fighting against the gods and all this kind of stuff, and it's really, really cool to see that whole path, and like the way they end it too. It's like it's definitely an ending. Like they and just the way they do it is like really good. It was awesome. It was very good. I can't talk it up enough. My only issue with the game as a whole is that there's a middle part of the game where it's like they felt like just do side mission.
That was what Mark was saying. Yeah, the whole grind.
Yeah, there's like there's a part in there where it's just like it's almost like they didn't know how to extend the game, so they're like, oh, let's add some things in here where you gotta like get this for a ship and get that.
Final Fantasy 7.
What's that?
We were just doing that in Final Fantasy 7 for like an hour and a half.
I honestly don't remember that in Final Fantasy 7.
Yeah,
but that's another really good
where
game.
the hell's the game?
Yeah, he was in that same part again where it's like that weird warehouse where the monsters are generating, and that like kind of looks like a construction area.
I literally had
is
to
it
tell
the-
Mark, I was like, Mark, you did this for an hour last stream. Is this going to be the whole stream this time? And then we have like 5 minutes left of the stream, and he's like on a motorcycle shooting laser beams. I'm like, where the fuck was
Part
this?
awesome. Yeah, that part was cool.
So is it similar?
Yeah, similar where it's like that middle part. But I still think Final Fantasy 7, like the remake that you guys are doing, is better quality over Final Fantasy 16. But the Final Fantasy 16 story is really good.
What do you mean quality?
Quality, like if you look at Final Fantasy 7 and like they have all these other little things that you get to do, like the motorcycle stuff like that. That's not really in 16, right? 16 is mostly just like Devil May Cry. You're playing
The action game.
Yeah. So like that stuff is missing. Like they don't have like, oh, you go to like the casino and do this stuff, and like this Final Fantasy 7. And 16 it's just like, no, like this is the game. Like we know what the game is. You go and you fight, and like that's the game. So it's not like it's a bad thing, but you do get you miss it when you play Final Fantasy 7. You're like, oh, there's all these cool little other things to do.
Elements.
Yeah. So like that part's missing, but the story is really good. The gameplay is good. We played in easy mode, but in easy mode they have like the auto combos, so it's like you don't have to worry about switching styles and stuff like that. I'm calling it switching styles because Devil May Cry, but it's not styles. They call it the dominance, right? So
Asserting.
Yeah.
yeah. Here he is.
Press R2. There he is. Say press R2 to force kiss.
Oh, I can't wait for that open world Star Wars game.
Oh my god.
But yeah, I would definitely say it's a real fun game. The story is really cool. If you like action games, play this game. The dog is awesome. His name is Torgal.
Whoa.
And he fights too, and it's awesome. And even he has like abilities and stuff too, so it's cool. What else can I say about it?
Does the dog talk?
Unfortunately, not. He does.
Pet the dog?
You can pet the dog. Yes, anytime you want.
Nice.
But
Does it
no,
have like weird fan service stuff like 7 did too?
no. Yeah, no. I'm trying to think of it, and there are like I would call like naked people scenes, but they don't really show them naked.
Okay.
So it's no.
Because like Final Fantasy VII, Tifa's like, here's your tea. Do you want me to blow you?
Pretty much. She was like,
And then it's like yes or no. And if you say yes, she's like,
Yeah,
here's your tea. I'm
and
like,
if you
what
say
the-
no, she goes,
There was literally
Do you need milk?
And then that thing about choosing your wardrobe. And
Yeah.
it's like, do you want her to be exotically dressed? And
Yeah, I guess that was the part that I saw you guys streaming where it's like she was like, "Here's my bedroom."
yeah.
And did you just meet her character at that point?
I think she's been around.
Oh, I've known you for a day.
Hey,
Come into my
Essentially,
bedroom.
I think.
It's about to be fair for a Final Fantasy game. An hour into the game is like 5 minutes into a movie. So it's like no, we really don't know her that well. But my God, yeah. So she's like, "Do you want me to be like stylish? Do you want me to dress sexy or like reserved?" And Mark clicks reserved.
I was like, choose reserved.
Yeah. I was like, it's her body, her choice. I don't want to choose anything for her. And then you go into the bar with her, and she's like, "Okay, Cloud."
Yeah, she still wasn't really dressed reserved.
What the fuck is happening? It's like, put me back in my action adventure game.
Yeah, it was like some softcore porn stuff. It was pretty cool.
When Olivia walked in, I'm like, it's not porn. It's not porn. Literally, she's like, and the close-ups only on her lips too.
I thought you were all familiar with this game, or is it just like this remake that you were not familiar with?
I'm not familiar. I never played 7. I always wanted to.
played
when I was a
7.
kid. Oh, they're all blocky characters.
Yeah.
yeah.
I played 7. It is not. No, it's not like this. Ain't my. Yeah, this ain't your father's Final Fantasy 7. Definitely not. Except the cross-dressing. That's in both.
Yeah.
That was the scene that everybody's like, this has to be in the game. Otherwise, we're not buying it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is the gameplay from Final Fantasy to Final Fantasy game like completely different too? Like in the way that like every world is different? Like,
Yeah.
Like they may as well just be like the Twilight Zone of video games?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Correct.
Yep.
That's weird. It's still hard for me to wrap my head around. I'm still not sold on it. Someone needs to like
Hold your hand.
handcuff me to
Whoa.
like a PS5.
I think genuinely, like, if you like the turn-based stuff, you play like the older ones. That's like the 7,
Pokemon.
10, 6. Yeah,
Yeah,
6
yeah.
is like Pokemon. 7's like also similar to Pokemon, except you have the counter. And then 10 is very different with the combat. And then just keeps getting more different every game. Even the online 14 is like really different comparatively. It feels like it's very
I
different.
love the OGs.
Me too.
Final Fantasy 1.
I love
Classic.
6. Mwah.
Wow.
Just remember playing 1 a million times as a kid and not knowing how to play it. Being like, why can't I beat this?
And you look back on that fondly.
Because then I played it when I was older. I was like, oh my god, I love this game.
Yeah, you know what that reminds me of? Like Mega Man X opening stage. Because that game you couldn't save.
Yeah.
So almost every time, because we didn't have like a book full of the codes or remember it, we weren't like writing down every code.
I had a notebook and I'd
Oh,
be
wow.
like, this guy, this thing.
We weren't.
No, yeah, we were. Yeah.
So we'd boot up the game and it's like, okay, time for that opening stage again.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's like that nostalgia of, oh, this is what I remember, even though I couldn't get it right. It's like you have that weird nostalgia for it.
Yeah. Oh my god. Those notebooks are probably long gone, but it would be funny to stumble upon it being like, this is hard.
Yeah.
This is the code.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So yeah, now the fan service isn't like that in this game.
Thank God.
Yeah.
No offense to people who love fan service.
Yeah.
It's a
no,
lot.
but it's not. Yeah, they don't do that. But yeah, really good. I love the the whole concept of the story itself, and like the whole brother relationship was awesome. So it was really good stuff. And the if you play the demo, it'll suck you in. That's like how it got us to buy the game, because we just played, let's just try the demo out. You know, we beat 7 remakes, the Yuffie storyline. Let's see what 16's about. And then we're like, oh man, we got to buy this game now. Like they give you like 2 hours of like demo, and like you get so invested in the characters just from those 2 hours. And it's like, oh my God. All right, fine. I guess we're buying this game.
And it's cool that the demo like stuff that you complete transfers over to the main game.
Yeah. Because I think if I had to start over again, I don't know if I would have done it.
Yeah, no, I agree. I want to play the demo.
They're smart.
Really good. Okay, next game? Stray Guides, right?
Yeah, if you want to go straight through, yeah.
Yeah, I'll just speed through them.
Okay.
Just going.
You make it sound like it's not your choice. Like,
I guess so. I guess I'll just...
We just talked about Final Fantasy for like 10 minutes. And then you're like, yeah, I'll speed through these.
speed through them, just get them over.
you have 15 seconds. 14.
But, so... After we beat Final Fantasy 16, Rachel's like, oh, there's this other game that's short, like we could go play through it. I'm like, okay, because, you know, I really want to do this DLC for Sonic that I didn't get to do yet. I want to do that. And then she's like, no, it's a short game, we'll go through it. I was like, all right, fine, we'll go through this game. So it's called Stray Gods. It's like a Telltale kind of game, but it's not made by Telltale. But it's like a musical Telltale game. Yeah. So
that's crazy.
Wait, that sounds great.
So the way it works is there in this version of the world, there are all the Greek gods exist, but they hide themselves from humans. And if a Greek god dies in front of you, I
just imagine a Greek god be like, I'm hiding behind a tree.
And it's a Titan, so like
We see.
Not clear, I can hear you. Sorry.
No, okay. So then funny. So if a Greek god dies in front of you, their like Greek god, like the god's soul goes inside of you.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So you play as this girl who is part of this like band, and she meets Calliope, which is one of the muses. The muse, so they talk and everything, and she's like, oh, do you want to join our band? Blah blah blah. And she's like, no, it's okay, because and it's the whole singing thing. So then the muse ends up showing up dying in front, like goes to her house and dies. So the muse's soul goes inside of the main character, and now the Athena's like, oh, you killed Calliope, and she's like, no, I didn't kill Calliope. And it like there's this whole thing, and so Athena's like, okay, you have 1 week to solve her murder, otherwise we're gonna say you killed her and we're gonna kill you. And then so this the game
Good
is
luck.
Yeah, basically.
Early democracy.
So the plot of the game is that you got to go and try to figure out who killed Calliope, and then but your power is to make people sing. So like you'll go and like you'll meet Medusa, and you'll meet like all these characters, and you got to choose what you're gonna sing. So it's like you could be aggressive, or you could say like
I'm singing at you.
Tell me fucking about your
So Rachel put the setting where like it's not timed, but it's still timed during the song. So she's like, I'm still stressing out. I don't know which option to choose. So, but no, it was a fun game. It was cool to go through the mystery, meet all the different Greek gods, and like see like, because it's the same concept for them. Is like if they die in front of someone else, their soul goes into them. So like you'll see like one of them's like a surfer dude kind of guy because the god died in front of him, so now he has the soul, and like it's all this cool stuff.
I'm looking up the art style.
Yeah, you like painting a picture out. I want to know what it actually looks like.
Wait, it looks like that?
Yeah, it's like a comic book.
That's
looks
so
very
fucking cool.
Yeah.
So you're basically playing a cartoon.
Yeah, sort of.
crazy.
But it's
More comic?
It's more comic, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems
very
awesome.
neat.
Yeah, I think it's an independent game.
Yeah, I see on the Humble Bundle. Usually those are like the indie
Cool.
Humble Bundle.
That means it might cost less.
Yeah. Add it to your Steam wish list. Wait for it to go on sale.
Hell yeah.
Buy it full price.
Support independent gamers.
Yes.
And I'd be like, Tony, you built it up too much again. No, like everything. Oh my God.
Should have done their marketing.
No, it is good, but then Tony describes it in such perfect detail. I'm like, yeah, it's everything that he said. I feel like I already experienced.
I gotta set lower expectations.
This dog shit fucking game.
That is, yeah. It's saying like this thing sucks.
If you want to have a terrible time, play this game. How short is? How long?
I think like between 3 and 6 hours, maybe.
Wow.
This fucking slugger of a game takes 8 to 10 hours to beat.
Multiple endings.
Yeah.
Has like 15 different endings. So every time you play, you get something fucking stupid and different.
Well, I'm still gonna get it. It worked.
There you go.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So now we're gonna pivot into the.
Pivot.
Favorite.
This episode is brought to you by the Foundation for Tourette's or Pokemon. Tourette's. Okay, pivot. I mean, I don't know if this movie's considered horror, but I think it's like horror comedy. I haven't watched much of it, but in honor of our 182nd episode, there's a new movie called Monsters of California that just came out. It's directed, I don't know,
Written by Tom DeLonge.
And directed.
From the creative mind of Tom DeLonge.
Oh, yeah.
So creative.
Like the Poet Anderson novels, comics.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. So you guys saw it?
Yes, we have.
All right. Let me know your thoughts.
It was a unique movie. It wasn't a very good movie, but I had fun with it. I'd say we both had fun with it. I think it's a fun watch. I think it's ridiculous, but
Yeah, because Mark was with us when we started watching it because he came after the food festival. He came over like, let's watch it.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah. And his quote was, Tom DeLonge should stick to music. All right. He's like, this guy should stick to music. And then he left like halfway through.
oh wow, sorry, I got something to do.
Yeah, I got better things to do. And he says, I already know what's going to happen. I don't know.
I think I looked up the spoiler.
Probably.
And he also looked up the Rotten Tomato rating of it being like 25%. He's like, I'm out.
Yeah. The top review on Rotten Tomato was horrible, stupid.
I don't know what people are going into this expecting.
Yeah. But it finished, and I went, truly, that was horrible, stupid.
It was wild.
It was an adventure, though.
Yeah, I think it's fine. We've seen way worse movies.
I saw the opening scene and a little bit more after that, like setting up
Scooby-Doo ghosts?
some plot things. Yes, I saw the Scooby-Doo ghosts. And I was like, oh, look at them. They have special effects.
Isn't that cute?
But it's wrong.
Yeah, it was like a Scooby-Doo scene. Like,
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, yeah, this movie looks like it's going to be like dumb entertaining. And that's what it is. I don't know if it stays that way.
I think it is. I think it's dumb entertaining. It does have some long draws of like dialogue where it's like, is this going to end soon? This scene, or like,
Yeah.
jeez.
It's not a long movie. It's like 110 minutes or something like that.
Halfway through, it felt like it was already 100.
Yeah, it does feel long when you're watching it.
We were like, Mark's like, how much longer do we have of this movie? And it was at 49 minutes in, and it felt like it was already like an hour 15.
Oh, wow. There's a scene I was telling Tony about because he asked how it was too. And there's a 5-minute scene of only 2 angles of people. So it's like guy talking, guy listening, and he talks at his face for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh man, he's still fucking going. Like, why? All like bullshit.
It wasn't even like exposition dump. It was just like theology dump.
Yeah.
Or
Oh, God.
conspiracy dump.
There's a lot of conspiracy dumps in the movie too. Where it's like, oh, that's just Tom thinking.
Yeah.
Because
It doesn't serve the plot.
the guy's speech at the end where he's just going and he's literally like, he says thoughts become things in like 15 sentences.
Yeah. It's like, why didn't he just
I knew that was a thing from Tom DeLonge's interviews with this. That he basically essentially says that. I'm like, oh, this might be a movie for some people I know.
But no, I was like, Tony would just say thoughts become things.
Yeah.
But this guy's
simple
like,
to the point.
if you think something and there's a spark in your brain and that spark enlights and creates the things around you and you are able to take that process, and I'm like, shut the fuck up! Say thoughts become things!
Could have watched that whole video in this time.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But there's fun moments, there's silly moments, there's moments that Tom thought were funny.
I'm still concerned over the Bigfoot scene. Bigfoot was shot.
Yes.
Shit! Sorry.
I'm not doing that because he was shot. I was just that he's in the movie. I was like, you
Yeah.
better be in a Tom DeLonge movie. He, she, it, whatever. Yeah, they.
He
Oh, Bigfoot
right
dick.
the way he does the
Yeah.
Good.
Let's just say that you're one camera pan away from seeing Bigfoot's dong.
Interesting.
Oh yeah.
There's like a slight shaft.
If you move the camera a tiny bit.
That's another thing, because it seems like they were going to be friends with Bigfoot. And I don't know. That scene was weird.
Then he NPC runs away.
Yeah. I'm confused still.
I can't even picture what this movie is. There's a Scooby-Doo ghost chase scene in the beginning. They become friends with Sasquatch, and
Or
then
fucking react to the scene. They
In
see a fucking ghost.
And then they even talk to that girl, Q-Tip, and it's it's like, did you ever see anything that's like paranormal before? And they're like, no.
yeah.
Like, what about that scene where he had like this whole ghost?
Are they lying? Like on purpose?
I don't
No.
know. Like it doesn't.
No, that's a genuine, like, she asked them, they're like,
it's like they wrote that Scooby-Doo scene like after they wrote the.
Possibly.
the acting is the best in that scene. That could have been done after and put at the start of the movie.
Yeah, sometimes the main character's acting is like really like
Questionable.
bland.
The movie starts with him doing like a monologue, a voiceover, and I'm like, it sounds like he's like can't read very well. Like he's like
exactly.
It gets worse.
Yes. It does. As the movie progresses.
Yeah.
Oh man.
That's why I'm like, this must have been done at the end. Because
yeah, it was like borderline though. Like I feel that way about like some actors, like Jason Lee, and I know he's a good actor. So I'm like, maybe it's too soon for me to judge, but it sounds like it's going to continue.
there's a girl who comes into the movie. Also, the main character, his beard like slowly starts growing throughout the movie too. Oh my god, they
Well,
shot
at least it
this
goes
thing.
in the correct direction,
Yeah.
not like it's like
Yeah.
or like
And then girl who walks into the store, they see a ghost. They have this all crazy scene, and then they kind of just go home and chill for a little bit. And then he works his full-time job, and they find like an alien GPS, and then he's like, literally goes to work the next day. Like, oh my god, this is gonna help us find aliens. And he's like, all right, but I have to work my 9 to 5 tomorrow.
Yeah. And I really like the villain in the movie, his stepfather. He doesn't stand up until every shot he's sitting. For some reason, the kid hates the guy. There's no clear reason why he hates him.
Yeah.
Besides, he's marrying his mom, and like he seems like an overall decent guy. He's like, I fucking hate him. I can't believe you're marrying that douche. It's like he didn't even like stand there.
Storms out on him once.
Yeah.
And the guy's just sitting talking like, I'm going to marry her. I love her.
Yeah.
And then the second time he's like, I'm going to marry your mom. I love her. And he's like, fuck you! How dare you love my mom? He breaks something against the fucking door and storms out.
Oh my god.
Broke a window.
Yeah,
the
like,
door.
this guy seems fine, bro.
but he ends up being the villain.
No.
Oh, he just is.
He's a
To the
villain
main
of that
character.
kid, Yeah.
He fucking hates him for some reason. He's so chill to everyone else in the movie. He's like, "Hey, can I bring your daughter out? We're gonna have fun. And those are my friends. They're idiots." He's like, "Fuck you! I hate you, stepdad. Fuck." Like, why?
Was it just meant to be funny? Like, is that just Tom DeLonge being silly?
It's not played off as funny.
Oh, okay.
It's played off as a very serious moment. Yeah.
And then the same thing with the actual villain of the movie. The
Uncle?
Yeah, the uncle that's like a villain but friend thing. I don't know.
Huh. Interesting.
It's the most confusing thing ever.
Yeah,
if you watch
that's
it, you'll understand.
The uncle was like a little too on the nose, and then that's the last thing I saw.
What I don't understand.
Do you by any chance have a very like
Yeah.
an alien GPS just to throw it out there?
A cell phone with a cool case. Let's say what it is.
Because they obviously are the ones that delivered these items to the house, correct? They obviously delivered these items to the house, correct? Like that guy and like his crew or whatever. Why didn't they go through everything before they delivered it to the house? Why is he like looking at it in the garage at the beginning of the movie after he delivers it to the house?
So they're trying to find the thing inside the house, and you have a guy standing by the car. He's also military. So the uncle goes into the house and he's with the family, distracting the family. So I'm like, oh, okay, the driver's gonna go in and try to find it. No, he just stands outside the whole fucking time. And then the uncle leaves and sneaks into the garage and tries to find it. I'm like, you were just with the family. You had the perfect opportunity to find this stupid fucking thing. And it doesn't matter anyway, because, oh, God.
I was so distracted by it. I was like, oh, I want a garage. I was like, oh, that's the dream right there. Look, I got everything in there. And I didn't even think about the plot.
There's several times throughout the movie, I'm like, what is happening in this movie? I don't know what's going on. And then the conclusion of the movie, they're like, not to spoil anything, I'll just say they're chasing someone with guns. And then something happens and they're like, you did a good job, buddy. I was like, what the fuck you...
Yeah, they were just about to murder somebody.
Oh my God.
With guns.
And they were chasing him like they like blow him out of the fucking sky.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Sweet.
They fucking put
10
the
out
gun
of
to
10.
him. They put the gun to him. They're like, where the fuck did you
that
come
one
from?
guy. That guy was gonna murder
You're gonna
that
murder
guy.
him.
Yeah.
And then they're like, that'll do. You did so good.
Oh my God. That's crazy.
The most confusing military in the world.
Yeah.
Wow.
Not appropriate reactions to things either. Like when they see the ghost, they're like, oh,
That's a ghost.
see Bigfoot.
This
they're
will
like,
continue. Like Tom
This
will
is
have
gonna
more
be
of
the
a
first of the
launch
millions.
a movie career, right? Like directing, writing.
He's got
Ugly Sonic the movie, directed by Tom DeLonge.
And you know what? The other thing that I really liked is that Chicken Soup for the Soul had a part in this movie.
What? Really?
It's at the very
Oh.
end. Yeah.
It was
like,
the
what?
beginning,
Yeah, they show the beginning and the end. Yeah, yeah.
That
The
was in the
production
beginning.
company.
I missed it in the beginning.
right before
end
the To
part,
the
I was
Stars logo.
Yeah, yeah.
like Campbell's Soup for the Soul.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, is this like a genuine like teenage based on a true story?
I'd like that if that's why the movie doesn't make sense. He took a Chicken Soup for the Soul and combined like all the stories
Ran it through
into this
AI.
weird- yeah. And that's why the parts have like these long dialogues for no reason at times that doesn't help the plot. It has all this weird stuff.
Oh man.
I'd watch it again just to show people. It's like
I'd say
some
it's like
other
The Room.
movies. Yeah,
I'd say it's like The Room
yes.
of Tom DeLonge.
Oh,
There's
interesting.
a few
Interesting.
times where even the lead, I'm like, that's Tommy Wiseau.
Oh wow.
I mean, at least you know the
Thought to
parts to
come
skip
outside.
past. They're like, oh, they're gonna talk for 5 minutes, and here's what you need to know. Let's just move on.
Yeah.
What would we throw at the screen? The room has plastic forks and spoons.
Little
Dog shit. Little Cocoa Puffs.
little UFOs.
Oh, Jesus, you're right.
What would be your drinking game for Monsters of California?
Oh, man, that's going to take some thought.
I like
We could come up with it, though.
one should be anytime you're confused.
Oh my God.
Anytime.
There's unnecessary conspiracy dialogue.
Yeah.
That's anytime a creature shows up,
Anytime the guy has trouble doing his dialogue.
you be during the whole movie.
Anytime the uncle seems really evil. Or anytime the father is sitting. The
Yes,
stepfather
every time
to
the
be.
stepfather's sitting. That's a good one too.
Drink for every
Several
second
times.
they shoot the shot that he's sitting.
Cool.
I just wanted him to stand up.
If you stand, if he's standing, you finish your drink.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah.
And poor Tom DeLonge didn't get to like attend like a movie premiere because he's touring with Blink in Europe right now.
Thank God.
They released their song "Dance with Me." Have you guys heard it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's the catchiest song that they.
Oh, really?
Good.
Oh,
that chorus is like I mean, it's like 5 words, but so it's easy to remember. They just keep repeating it. We'll do it all night long. But they played it the day after they released the song in Italy, and like the fans are like shouting along to it, and like the staff there like tweeted that like I couldn't even hear my monitors over the crowd. They're singing so loudly to the song. I'm like, there's no way that they're gonna be playing that song at every show forever after that one. Sorry, Adam's song. But yeah, that song's a bob. It's a really fun song.
I like if that's the lead in from like Adam's song into Dance With Me.
Yeah.
To
be fair, I know very few words other than that chorus. This songs make me beg for more. That's all I got. Everything is just ole, ole, ole.
That's all I know.
We'll do it all night long. Ole. Yeah. All right, cool. Matt, you tried watching a movie called The Exorcist the Third?
Dog shit.
Moving on.
I saw a movie.
So the premise is that I was like, they have this new Exorcist movie coming out. I'm interested in the other ones because I've never seen 2, 3, or possibly 4 or whatever one they...
There was that many?
There's been a couple.
Wow.
So I watched the first one. I loved it as a kid. Still love it. It's classic. I heard the second one was terrible, so I'm like, well, I heard 3's okay. Well, let's see what the ratings are about this one. And yeah, for the most part, it's got a very favorable review. Like 80% or at least. And so I'm like, ooh, this sounds promising, but boy, it seems long. So I could at least watch this for a couple of nights because usually I watch stuff while I'm going to sleep. So I'm watching the movie and it's awful. It's like Deadly Premonition, that game, Twin Peaks-ish. Because what happens...
the magic words, Tony.
Because what it's about is there's this kind of like Zodiac killer, but he's known as the Gemini killer.
Okay.
So... it's this detective. He's friends with this priest that knew the guy from the first Exorcist movie, it seems like, if I remember correctly. And I always thought the priest at the end of The Exorcist dead. Lo and behold, not dead in a psych ward or whatever. And apparently, this Gemini killer is the person that's like, I don't know if they're like an evil spirit or something, because I haven't even gotten up to the killer, but I'm like, what the hell is going on with this guy? Because there's these murders going on, and apparently it coincides with this murderer, the Gemini killer. And that's what the detective's all about. He's like, yeah, that Gemini killer, and everybody's like, he's dead. And he's like, no, because these new murders that are going on 15 years later from The Exorcist occurring apparently coincide with this Gemini killer. And so then, like... there's this weird dream sequence that happens. There's a lot of weird sequences. Like they're in a diner and talking, the detective's talking with the priest, and the dialogue's just so quirky and weird. Then he has this dream because at the diner he's talking about this kid that was murdered. He got decapitated. Like I think it's like the head of Jesus was put onto his decapitated body and everything. Yeah. And so he's telling him about that. And then later on, he has a dream involving that. But also, before that, I kind of jumped ahead. The priest is in the hospital for some reason. So the priest, he just went and had like a reunion kind of dinner for the whole Exorcist thing that occurred. Now he's in the hospital for whatever reason that my brain skipped over. I think still trying to process all of the stupid stuff that goes on.
Oh, man.
So
sounds like it moves, though. Does it feel dull?
Yes. I've fallen asleep a couple of times.
Well, you watch it to sleep.
But that's the thing. I haven't made it much further from where I was. Maybe I've gone 10 minutes further because every time I've tried to go back to the parts, I'm like, what the hell did I miss or what went on?
Yeah.
It just gets more confusing.
Oh, man.
So, that's the thing. The guy has this dream and it involves heaven, apparently. So in heaven, Fabio's there, which is one of the most unique cameos I've seen in a movie for a while, so I got to give it kudos on that one. And he's there. He's an angel, He's got the wings and everything, if I remember correctly, dressed in white. And then the kid that was murdered and decapitated comes up and he's like, oh, detective! Oh, do you remember me? And he's like, oh, yeah. how's it going, boy? I'm sorry you died. And he actually says it like that. They're both really chipper.
Oh, my
Like,
God.
The detective's not like sad that he's seeing this kid like, I'm sorry I couldn't find the killer yet or anything. He's just like, oh, I'm sorry you died. It's just like that.
Awesome. I want to find it.
Then
That's amazing.
he encounters the priest.
Okay.
And there is like something happened to the priest. You think he wakes up and he'd be like, oh my God, I gotta check on my friend for like the past 30 years or whatever. He's just like, oh, that was a weird dream. And then he gets a call and his friend is dead. The priest.
Oh.
Drained of all his blood.
Oh, man.
And then on the
Villain Dracula?
well, that's the thing. All of the blood was to the side of him in little urine specimen cups. All equally distributed, placed right next to the guy.
Huh.
And on the wall was written in his blood, "It's a Wonderful Life" with 2 L's. And that was the sign of the Gemini killer.
Oh.
Wow.
So it seems like it's got an interesting premise. But I mean it, this movie is batshit insane.
Seems like it has a Batman villain in it.
Yeah.
It's insane, and apparently,
Honestly.
It does.
apparently the Gemini killer is able to possess like other people. So it's not just like one specific possessed person.
What the hell?
This person's the main guy which I haven't even gotten up to, which was exciting to hear, is Bradley Dourif.
Whoa,
Chucky.
cool. Yeah.
He plays
Oh.
the guy.
Huh.
Yeah. And I haven't seen a single scene with him yet. But I hear he really like knocks the acting
Hands it
out of
up.
the park. Yeah. Like I hear he's really good.
What's the scene?
That's it.
So,
boy.
so it'll get there.
I don't
For
know.
some reason, they had to go to heaven first, but
And I hear that the exorcism part of the movie is the last 10 minutes of the movie.
Oh,
I'm
interesting.
like,
this is Rocky. You have to save the fucking fight for the end.
that it is. Fight between good and evil.
It better be worth it.
Yep.
This is exactly
That's
how you
it.
describe
Yep.
it.
There he is. There's the kid. Just
like-
I'm sorry you died.
I was
amazing.
I was flying through the IMDb page, and I don't know if Fabio has a different real name because I didn't see him, but I found a different cameo. I don't know if I should tell you who it is.
Who?
Larry King.
Whoa.
What?
Maybe they have like CNN News at some point, and he like took part. He played along.
Maybe he gets possessed.
This is the weirdest movie I've seen.
This is very strange.
Very
We
strange.
have to watch it at some point because I
Please.
just can't stomach watching
game.
anymore alone.
We'll do it tonight.
It sounds like it's gonna get better.
Oh no.
And that was our Batwoman review, everybody.
Oh, you know what weird movie I want to watch that's probably stupid? It's the one where Mark Hamill plays that cop, Guyver.
What?
Really?
Guy?
Yeah, it's like an
Like
old 80s movie.
MacGyver?
Oh, it's an older movie.
But
Yeah,
he's
it's an
not
older
Mick,
movie.
He's just Guyver.
It's Guyver.
Without the
It's based on a Japanese manga.
Whoa, that sounds cool.
that they made into like a R-rated movie in the 80s,
The Guyver.
and there was 2 of them.
Ugh.
And so in the first one, it's Mark Hamill that plays.
Whoa.
What the hell?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my god.
It's very weird. Mark Hamill plays the detective in that movie.
Wow,
I was like,
maybe he'll do the
oh, that
Akira
looks
slide.
weird. Yeah,
It's
right.
like Power Rangers. Stuff.
Yeah, that's
Whoa,
awesome.
that looks cool.
But yeah, so I saw that and I was like, I'm interested to see what that is.
Watch party. Let's do it.
Fascinating.
Watch party.
And it sounds like the
Sorry, I saw the rating.
yeah yeah.
It's really good.
Oh yeah.
to watch with friends.
Yeah.
As good as Star Wars Christmas.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Oh, that's a good yeah. But apparently the plot of it is so the reason why I stumbled upon it
Yeah.
was because I saw this figure of like a character that looked like that. And I'm like, oh, is that like Ultraman? And then I clicked it, and it was like a YouTube video, and they're like, oh, this is called Guyver. I'm like, what the hell is that? And then they're like, oh yeah, so this is it's about a story about a guy who went to college, who stumbles upon this device. It's almost like Blue Beetle took it from them, where he stumbles upon a device.
Whoa.
Yeah, so this device is like this alien, like almost like an alien techno organic thing that gets on the character, and then the company that there's like this company that was built up, and one of the original aliens actually owns the company.
Whoa.
And he's doing like genetic experiments, and so like I guess the plot of the manga, and they made a show too, is that this college character has one of them and then he's trying to stop this organization that's making all of these like genetic creatures and stuff like that. And apparently, they said the manga was really good. The manga was really good. The cartoon was really good. They even redid the cartoon and like
Just the movie was.
yeah, but they said the movie they super Americanized it, right? So
wow.
the main character is like some American name that they took from like the Japanese character.
Yeah.
And then
Hamato. Hey, call me Terry.
it's something like that. It's something. It's legit something like that. It's like Ted or something. I don't know.
Mark Hamill's character's name is Max Reed.
Whoa.
Oh, Max Reed.
That's an 80s. That is so fucking 80s.
Yeah.
80s cop?
Yeah.
My name's Max Reed. I read on Max all day.
1991.
1991. Okay, all right. It looks like an
said Max
80s
They probably
movie.
filmed it in like 89.
Yeah. But yeah, apparently there's two of them, and then the second one they said is more. So like they said it's R-rated because it's like violent and stuff like that, but the second one is even like darker or whatever,
Whoa.
and like it's about like he goes out killing criminals, and then like his girlfriend breaks up with him because like, oh, you're killing people now, and it's like some crazy ass thing.
The hell? They took what worked, and they're like,
Oh my god.
that's wild.
Yeah.
That sounds so fun.
Yeah.
Don't see Mark Hamill on the cast of the second one.
Yeah, I think the second one they recast the main character and they recast Mark Hamill's character.
The second one actually has a better rating than the first one.
Whoa.
Oh, interesting.
I don't know if that's
Get
based off
that
many.
loser out of here.
There actually is like an Ultraman like current show that I think people are enjoying right now. I'm not
Yeah, I
sure.
think it's on Netflix.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
A lot of like anime things have been showing up on Netflix lately.
Yeah.
No Castlevania with Richter. What?
Oh,
There's a
did you
new
guys see
anime.
the Devil May Cry?
The trailer?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like very small, but
it's small, but it's
he's
gonna
like,
be so
"Okay,
cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be so awesome.
That's the whole trailer.
That is, but it's awesome.
Devil May Cry a recommendation.
Oh, Devil May Cry. So Devil May Cry is awesome series, but like the first game. So
First and second game.
second game. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like skip those two.
There's no plot. You just run around a castle.
Yeah. So the first game was supposed to be Resident Evil 4.
Play it.
Well, yeah.
Oh my god.
So the first game was supposed to be Resident Evil 4, right? But then they decided like while they were making it, they're like, oh, let's make it just something completely different.
Thank God.
Yeah. So so like the original idea too was supposed to be that like the guys who created Umbrella Corporation had twins, and they were supposed to be like what became Dante and Virgil, but it was supposed to be like Tony and something else. And imagine. and so then and the idea was that they, instead of being what they end up being, which was like they were part demon, which is why they have the abilities. It was supposed to be that they had the virus, and then that gave them these abilities. And it was supposed
Yeah,
to
that happens in the games anyway, right? Like
Yeah.
Wesker and everything.
yeah, they eventually do that. So that like that was supposed to be the main plot. But now, so they changed it. So instead of zombies, they're demons, and then you're a demon hunter named Dante, and his brother's name is Virgil. And so in the first game, it's literally just you get a job, and you have to go to this castle and like defeat this demon. The one I guess important piece is that they cloned his mom. Like the demon cloned his mom, and is the character Trish.
Yeah, and for some reason we want Dante to have sex with her.
Yeah, it's like a weird thing.
That's pretty cool. They should get together.
Yeah, it's weird. And then the second game was made by like completely different people. And they completely changed Dante's character to make him like a silent character because they thought that was cool. And then they added this other character. So the only important piece of that game is that Dante gets stuck in hell. That's it. That's the only thing you got to worry about that game.
That's so Dante.
Yeah. So that the third game is when they start getting really good. Yeah, right? So the third game is when they introduce young Dante and Virgil, and you get to see their whole thing. Yeah.
What console was the originally on?
Xbox?
The third one?
PS2.
Wow, that was PS2 still?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
PS2.
PS2. PS2.
Pistoire. De toi.
So in that game is like when all their personalities really shine, right? Like you get to see Virgil's like all about like I need to get power, and then like Dante's like this goofy guy's like, oh, I'm just gonna yeah. And then they introduce the character Lady, and then Lady's like this is a human that's a demon hunter, and then you get to see like that she has a whole thing with her father, and like it's awesome. The game is awesome. Yeah. So then you have the fourth game, and the fourth game takes place. So this is what makes it confusing. So the fourth game takes place before the second game, and the reason why is because Dante's stuck in hell in the second game. So they're like, oh, we need to make this happen before. But in the fourth game, you meet Dante meets Nero. And Nero's like this whole other character, and then you play as both of them throughout the game.
Yeah, it's neat the fourth game because you play the game in one direction up to a certain point where you find Dante, and then you play the game backwards
as Dante. Like you go through the levels backwards as Dante.
It's really cool.
Yeah, and then they released the special edition where he plays Virgil. So. All awesome stuff. Yeah.
Favorite boy, Vigigi.
Yeah.
He doesn't. No,
he doesn't do that. Yeah.
He does sound
That's it. Hey, there you are.
Yeah.
Which room of the castle?
Pull out the voice memos.
Where's the 80s rock?
Awesome sugar. Can't get
but yeah, so that so after that game's a reboot. So the reboot was I really enjoyed the reboot. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I did.
I feel like
A lot of people hate it.
People didn't give it a chance.
Losers.
Yeah, they didn't give it a chance because they were like, oh, that's not my Dante and Virgil.
Damn.
But I'm like, but this is a really cool Dante and Virgil.
They call him El Dante, right?
Yeah,
and
something
they
like
put
that.
the
Yeah.
little mustache on him.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very strange. But no,
I like that Dante. He's neat.
yeah.
People don't like him because he's like, hey, fuck Mondays.
Yeah. Essentially. But what is really cool about that one is that like they take stuff from They Live. And yeah, it's such a cool game. It's so good. Like people got to give it a chance.
It's okay.
Oh, right. It sucks, but you got to play it.
It's a really
That's a
fucking shitty ass
Yeah,
game, but
yeah.
everyone should try it at least.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I like it a lot. I like
Yeah. But so there was that, and then what they did for the fifth game is like they took some of Dante's from the reboot, like his personality, and gave it to Nero because Nero's original personality was just kind of like I don't know, like brooding, I guess. Right? He didn't really
I
have.
thought he was Dante.
Yeah, exactly. So he didn't have his own personality. So what they did was give him Dante's personality from the reboot.
And that cleared it up.
Yeah, that cleared it up.
That's pretty cool.
Oh my god.
I already forgot. This is Devil May Cry?
Devil May Cry, yeah.
I was like, Castlevania?
Devil May
Yeah, well,
This is Demon Mates,
I'll get
you're
to
up.
it. So
Cry. Sniffle.
So Devil May Cry 5 is really cool too, though, because in that game, so you have Dante, you have Nero, and then you have V, and then you have Virgil. So it's like you got 4 characters to play as.
Wow.
And it's really cool because they're all their stuff is different, like the way they fight and stuff. But the core concept's the same, like of how you fight. And what's cool too is that they have it so if you're playing as let's say you're playing as Virgil, and then you're in a level where you meet another character. That other character is actually played by somebody online.
Oh,
So
that's
they
cool.
did in RE6.
Yeah,
That is cool.
yeah, and then so there's mods to like make it co-op too. But that's another really good one to. There are, yeah. I was gonna tell you about it. I was like, we should do that.
4-person co-op?
Yeah, yeah,
That's
cool.
sick.
yeah. So I was like, oh, we should definitely do that.
They Cry Superstars.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so that game follows after the second game where like Dante gets out of hell. And then
I gotta play that one. I still haven't done it.
Oh, you haven't played that?
No, so yeah, what happened is that I bought it on PS4, and then my PS5 came, and they wanted me to pay $29 to upgrade
it.
And I was like, Fuck no, I just bought this game.
Can't you play a PS4 version on the
I thought you
PS5?
can.
Yeah, but no, they're telling me I have to pay money to upgrade the game I bought to the new console when all the other games are doing it for free. So I was like, fuck that, I don't want to play
it
this.
was a principle
I got
thing.
mad.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now I can play it.
No, it's fun.
But now I'll get it on the Steam Deck for no particular reason.
Right, yeah. So that's another game where I guess Final Fantasy 16 took it from, where like if you're having a hard time with the game, you can put auto combos on.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's probably where they got it. It's cool though. Yeah, I use it with auto combos because I was like, there's so many different moves. I'm like, how am I gonna learn everything?
I used to play only the Virgil DLC for DMC, the Devil May Cry reboot one, for like a long time because it was so fucking cool.
It's awesome.
And
yeah.
Virgil's moveset was awesome, and Virgil was all nah.
He was all handsy.
Yeah.
He's all handsy.
Yeah. Keep away from that R2 button.
No forced kissing in this game.
What do you think? This isn't your daddy's Star Wars.
So the guy who created the Castlevania cartoon, this is where I was getting to. Oh, well, one more thing. There is a Devil May Cry anime also, like an older one, which is cool too. I think that takes place somewhere in the time. I don't even know where.
Oh, that's canon? I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's canon because the guy who's in Devil May Cry 5 is the guy from that anime.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. They race swapped him, but it's the same guy.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, but same guy.
To a degree.
And the book is canon too, like the book that I read. Yeah. Because so in the book they talk about how he goes by the name Tony Redgrave, which is why if you look at his guns, it says for Tony Redgrave, and so it's like this whole plot of like how he got his guns and like before he knew that he was part demon and like that's that whole story. But that's canon too because in the games the girl who's helping Nero is the granddaughter of the person who made the guns for Dante in the books. So like so it's cool because Devil May Cry 5 is just basically said everything's pretty much canon, you know. So that was cool. So the guy who did Castlevania in that show, he was like, I really want to do a Devil May Cry show. He's like, if I do a Devil May Cry show, I could even like cross it over with Castlevania.
Whoa.
Yeah. So he's like, yeah, I definitely want to do that. I want to do that. And then for a long time, it was like, all right, well, like, is he actually going to be able to do it? Because like now you have the other Castlevania coming out. So like, is he really working on it? Then they released that teaser and they're like, yeah, I've been doing it. Like, that's awesome. That's going to be so good. Like,
I need to see the new season with Richter because I love Richter Belmont.
oh, you didn't see the second season, you're saying?
The new season with Richter.
Oh, yeah. The Nocturne.
Yeah.
Yeah. That came out. That came out like this month, right? Yeah.
Like, so we
I gotta watch that too.
And
There's so many things.
The posters, Richter being all cool too. He's like,
Yeah.
I've got noises for everybody, people.
Everyone's got a noise.
Everybody's got a noise.
But yeah, so that's Devil May Cry. So if going off of
It
what
sucks, but I should check it out.
Yeah, check it out.
Awful, but you got to try it.
Yeah, definitely.
I was just looking it up, not to fall further down, but they sell 1, 2, and 3 together.
Yes.
So it's like I'm stuck with the first 3, but you're saying like don't even try to get your money's worth by playing the first 2. Just
It would be really
skip the
funny if you play 3 and then 1, because that's the canon way to play it.
Yeah.
Ah.
3. Yeah, 3's first, and then it's 1, and then it's 4, and it's 2, and then it's 5. And then a reboot you could do anytime.
And then it'd be really funny because you'd be playing these games, be like, "Wow, man, that was good," and then you're like, "Why? Well, this one sucks."
Yeah. In comparison, yeah, you're gonna.
And then you play 4, you're like, "Wow, that was nuts," and then you're like, "Oh, this one sucks again."
How did we play? Did we play it in order?
We played in chronological order,
Yeah,
which was
yeah.
a mistake.
Yeah.
That's okay. All right. So there's this movie that I, in the same way that Matt started watching an Exorcist movie and hasn't finished. There's a movie that I started watching last night to fall asleep to, and I just stumbled upon it. I was actually having issues with my Fire Stick. It wasn't playing some things, and I rebooted the whole thing. And I was like, it's an Amazon thing. Let's try watching something on Amazon. And I'm like, oh, what's this movie? Totally Killer. And I was like, it looks intriguing. If it's and I started watching it, and it's definitely like I'm curious to see what happens. But like, it's bizarre. And we talked a little bit before we started the podcast, and Matt already kind of like threw the things out there, and I was like, get this. And now you guys already know. So, so thanks, Matt. But I would say the movie is a combination thus far of like Mean Girls, a slasher flick,
Okay.
and Back to the Future.
Interesting.
And that they reference Back to the Future. But the premise is like, you know, like Halloween movie enough. It's like there's a Sweet 16 killer stabs these poor girls 16 times, and I don't know if it was all their Sweet 16 birthdays. I think it was just one of theirs, and then he's just like, well, I'm at it. Like 2 days later, I'll kill someone else. 2 days later, I'll kill someone else. From like October 27th, 29th, and 31st.
Okay.
And then it stopped. And that was back in like 88 or something like that. And then, of course, naturally, the killer comes back. And the thing that I feel like came out of nowhere was time travel. And there's just a character that the main character, I guess, is friends with, and there's gonna be a science fair, and she's like, yeah, I'm building a time machine for the science fair. I'm like, the whole movie seemed grounded. I swear, like
I am so excited to watch this.
I'm not gonna rewind and go back because I just like power through the movie. But I was like, I don't think they set this up. She was like, yeah, I gotta get the Wi-Fi working because it needs Wi-Fi to work. And like,
Yeah, all time machines.
that's why they couldn't figure it out back in the day.
Of course. yeah. Did you try hooking it up to Ethernet? Oh, fuck you.
Is it on?
Yeah.
Is the power on?
Yeah.
I was written by someone who really knows this stuff. And so it becomes Back to the Future. That the you know the new version of the Michael Myers mask monster, you know, like killer wearing a different type of mask in this movie is coming at the main character, and she runs into the time machine and like hits every button and then zoops back to the time it's set for, whether like 1988 or whatever, and then she ends up like finding out that her mom was a total bitch back when she was younger, and it's like she's trying to like save all these lives. Like they address like, I don't know if my actions here will affect the future or if it's like it's like there's a whole bunch of theories about it. The character, I'm not like saying too much, but I feel like I don't know like how anything resolves. The character who built the time machine's mother is the one who actually like set the blueprints in motion for the time machine. So she seeks her out, and she's like the only person that believes her that she time traveled. And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. And I guess she's trying to like save the lives of these women that were killed in the first place. And I guess it's still becoming like a Scream Scooby-Doo movie where it's like they're trying to figure out who the killer is.
Awesome.
So there are like it's enough of like, and things are moving along, which I like. It's like the movie doesn't feel slow. I was like, I don't care that you just flew past the time travel element of this movie that I didn't. I started this movie not knowing, like, you see a movie called Totally Killer, yeah? It's not saying like totally time killer. I don't know, like like this movie's a time killer.
Killing time.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Totally. It's like Killing Time, comma, totally. It's I had no fucking clue. So when that part came up, I was so like, what? And then I fell asleep. But I watched a little bit more of it this morning. I'm going to continue watching it.
Nice.
Yeah, that sounds like a
so
fun romp.
Around Prime waiting for you. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Good deal.
Now, what if you find out this movie was made in the 80s?
Whoa. By a time traveling
they talk
millennial.
about Endgame.
Oh my god.
Holy shit. How sick would that
Wow.
That's amazing.
be? Tolester.
Yes, that was a name in that movie, Monsters of California.
Like a toe molester?
That's the name of the guy. That's his full name. That like Toe is his first name for whatever reason. I presume his name is Toby, but they shorten it to Toe. And then his middle name is Lester. You caught that one. That one, I think my brain broke for a little bit and I missed it.
Yeah.
And you're like, did you hear his fucking name? I was like, wait, what is it? And you're like, Toe Lester.
Yeah. I was like,
Oh my god.
I feel like Matt was saying it too.
Yeah.
He's like, he wanted to put the Mo.
Yeah, he wanted it to be Mo.
Well, he wanted to be Mo.
Yeah. I mean, it's super intentional.
But then he's like, no. Toe Lester.
They're like, Tom, we can't do that in this movie. He's like, I'm going to name him Toe.
Yeah, it'll land. It'll land. Don't
Who's in
worry.
the no or in the
Yeah, Tom is like an understudy who's very aware of Nickelodeon.
How about we just change it to Toe?
Schneider comes in.
Yeah. I think there's a bakery that wants to fund you.
It's called Chicken Soup for the Souls.
God.
Oh man.
Yeah, bravo.
Thank you. I'll never be funny again.
Except for that time.
All right. So I'd say let's talk about the Paw Patrol movie.
Paw Patrol.
There's only one thing I really had to say about this movie, and it's that they 9/11 a member from the Paw Patrol.
What?
Yeah. Alec, I didn't see it, but I was like, I have to see this movie now.
Yeah. So Mayor Humdinger's the bad guy. I can't believe I'm talking about the fucking Paw Patrol
it.
like
Yeah,
this.
this is for the parents.
Mayor Humdinger is the villain to the Paw Patrol.
Okay.
And in the last movie, he got brought to prison. And it was really funny because the dogs are like, "You're going to jail." And this is the only person they've populated this prison with is Mayor Humdinger. So, turns out this lady is super petsing the Paw Patrol, and she's pulling rocks from space with a giant laser beam. And she finds a meteor that opens up and gives the Paw Patrol powers. And then they throw her in jail because a giant meteor almost destroyed the city. And she's on TikTok being like, "I did it! It's me, Vanessa Puchetta," whatever her name is.
Excuse me?
Yeah. So she's like, "I pulled the meteor to the town," and they're like, "Oh, well, you literally said on camera, we're going to throw you in jail too." So she makes friends with Mayor Humdinger, and her plans is to steal the little gems from the Paw Patrol members so she can get superpowers. Because turns out
she gave it to them?
she didn't give it to them. The meteor crashed into the city. And
Yeah, because I thought you said that she gave them the powers from the meteor.
Oh, no, the meteor gives them powers. So basically, the meteor opens up, it cracks open, and it's like little gems that go right into their little thing.
Cool.
And then, so they escape from jail from him doing like a Shawshank Redemption and scooping out the toilet goop, and they climb out.
Oh, Mayor Humdinger.
So they Shawshank Redemption.
Wow.
And then they get on an airplane. She throws something into the engine of the airplane while it's in the air, and she says, "Ha! Now the Paw Patrol has to save us!" And Mayor Humdinger's like, "That is a fucking terrible plan." And the Sky from the Paw Patrol, this is her movie, so she flies up onto the plane, and they take the medallion from her, and they leave. And the plane is heading towards the city with a little dog on it.
Oh my god.
And I'm like, oh my god, they just left Sky from the Paw Patrol with no powers on a plane that's careening towards the city. They're 9/11ing.
The sky is falling.
Yeah. But it's okay. They managed to save the day. Sky's a dumbass dog in this fucking movie.
Oh.
She's like, okay, now she took my medallion. Now I have to do the only thing I could think of. I have to take my whole team's medallions to go and stop her.
What?
Wait, what?
Yeah, so she takes all their gems and flies over to the bad guy to stop her. And what happens? Bad guy gets all the fucking gems. And the Paw Patrol has no powers. I was like, what are you, dumbass dog?
Man, I thought she was just going to do Schmorchmub.
No. That's why you got to defund the Paw Patrol, you know what I'm saying?
Oh my god.
Get that trending.
Yeah. Can't believe they're like, every time something happens, I want to make an animation of this though. I like a guy stabbed on the floor. He's like bleeding out. And they're like, this is Adventure City. You got to call the Paw Patrol. And then like just a normal ass German Shepherd with a hat walks up. He's like, yeah, woo. Yeah, and just licks up his face. Licks up the blood a little bit. It's like, Paw Patrol! Paw Patrol!
Oh my god.
I'd watch that.
That would be something Venture Brothers.
Oh, yeah, that's true. They take it, like, just make it serious.
Oh, did I talk about the Venture Brothers movie?
I don't think so. Doesn't sound familiar.
When did it come out?
Yeah. Last year.
This month.
This month.
Oh.
No. Oh well, that was great.
Was it?
Yeah.
You just remembered it.
No,
Whoa.
yeah, I remembered it because of what you said. Because it sounds like something right out of Venture Brothers, but it follows right from where this show ended, and like I don't want to say anything about it, but it's definitely got all the humor, it's got the heart to it, and it sets it up so it's like this could be the end, or there could be more stuff going on, but it made me miss it. Like I was like, oh my god, there were so many good characters in this show, like that grew from where they started, that it's crazy. I was like, oh man. But yeah, that was a good one. And Rachel really liked it too. She's like, oh, this was great. Like, and she's like, it makes me want to go back and watch the series again. So yeah, definitely recommend. Well, recommend Venture Brothers in general, like to just watch that, because all the characters grow from like where they start. Like you can see the show like finds its footing too, because in the beginning it's just like it almost seems episodic.
Yeah.
But then they're like, oh, all those episodic stuff. Actually, there's a connection, and then they start connecting everything, and it's like, it's awesome. It's really good. I mean, it sucks. Everybody should go watch it.
Yeah. Just to shit on it.
Yeah.
Sucks. Give it a try.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. I started watching a show that because I was on the airplane and I don't have Paramount Plus, and so I was like, I could watch things I could watch later, or I could watch things I can't watch later. So I decided to try a show that I've been always intrigued about called Star Trek: Strange New Worlds. Because I heard that it kind of like captures the old like episodic nature of Star Trek, and I was curious what it was all about. And I think the show actually is pretty cool. Like that's what you probably should expect going into a show like that. Star Trek had the other show Discovery, which was like the very like serialized. I mean, not to say like it isn't, but like every episode's sort of like this like standalone
Self-contained
issue for the most part. And maybe they'll like sprinkle in like little tidbits about characters. There's this one female on the show that's just like, my family was murdered by the Gorn.
How many episode?
It was mentioned so much in the first one, and I watched 3, and they brought up again in episode 3, like, by the way, the Gorn or fuckers. And I was like, oh, they're gonna have a Gorn episode. It's like the only thing, like fuck episode 2 was like, yeah, everyone like going berserk on the ship like a classic Star Trek episode. Like, fuck that, bring in the reptilians. But yeah, it's cool, and it does have like, like modern, like it feels like a much larger scope show, and it's kind of cool to see them actually succeed in doing that. And the actor who plays Captain Pike in it is cool. Spock is a freaking hunk.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What?
Spunk?
Yeah, oh yeah, he's got it, and he's like weirdly more developed. Like this is supposed like, I'm not sure about like, did you guys see like the old JJ, not old, but like the JJ Abrams first of the 3, and that was a while ago now.
Yep.
And the way that it like created its own like sci-fi reason that for the reboot, it's like there's a standard canon, but they went back, changed one thing, so like all the events are like a little different now.
Yep.
I'm not sure if this is supposed to be set in that or the original. So Pike, if you're not familiar with the beginning of the OG Star Trek, is he's we have a Christmas ornament at my parents' house. He's rolls around in a thing. He's basically paralyzed. He beeps 1 for yes, 2 for no. So it's like he went through a horrible accident, or not, like he's nearly dead.
Hector Salamanca.
Yeah. God, they copied him. Oh my God. So for some reason in the first episode, he gets a glimpse of his future, and he thinks that he dies. I'm like, you're clearly not dead, but whatever. You think you're dead. He's like, I just saw how I die, or I know when it'll happen. Like I only have like a year and a half. I'm like, cool, I guess. But it just shows him like that. So so if you know anything about the JJ movie, is that doesn't happen to him. He was played by that handsome older actor. I forgot his name.
The one that was supposed to be the original Captain Kirk, but then they're like, sorry, you're too old to be Captain Kirk. We need somebody like that might smell like a pine tree. And he's like, Hi, I'm Chris Pine. They're like, perfect.
oh my god!
The trees become sentient.
Basically, yeah. But no, you watch them and be like, oh, he's gonna fucking get paralyzed and crippled. But no, he ends up
With a huge hog.
a huge hog. Okay, I forgot. Thank you for reminding me. He ends up okay, and so that's why the continuity is confusing me. And also this is supposed to be like before Captain Kirk, joins. He's like Pike is the captain of the Enterprise before him, and I am curious because Spock already seems like a very developed character. I think they took the Spock that was in the Discovery show and continued with him in this show, and he he's always like learning from humans. Like he's like the ways that they emote and things always fascinate him. And like there's one where like they're laughing at something unfortunate, and he's like, "Why are you laughing?" And they're like, "Oh, sometimes it's all you can do." And then, of course, later in the episode, when like Spock is dealing with some crazy, like the climactic part of the episode, like he's trying to save the day, he starts laughing, and the headsets that they're wearing, they're like, "Oh my god, Spock's laughing!" like I don't know if Leonard Nimoy's Spock would have done that. Like so, I don't know. It's like I guess you just could roll with it for TV, but people who love Star Trek like take it so seriously and like the canonicity of it. So I feel like it must really divide the fan base. I mean, I found it entertaining, so
It brings fresh eyes.
yeah. I'd say if you want like easy standalone episodes, check it out. All right, I should have clustered this with the horror because this is definitely a horror movie. The Meg 2.
Oh,
Dog shit.
what?
Oh, should have put it with Exorcist 3.
I love it because it was the best sleep I've gotten.
You were sleeping, and I literally said he's getting a better sleep than his colonoscopy.
Second best sleep.
Because I was like, dude, he is knocked the fuck out.
Wow.
Bridget was trying to whisper things to wake him up,
Oh,
and
man.
he's just
Wow.
full pillow.
What do
Like
you whisper to Matt to wake him up?
I guess we can't be
everyone just
yeah. Can't be said on the podcast.
Poppy steaks. Slop him up, boys.
That would get me up. In another way. That would wake up both heads.
I'll tell you guys the same thing I told Matt because that's the only thing he knows about the movie, and it's the only thing that's worth noting about the movie. Jason Statham takes a helicopter blade, puts it in a rock, stabs a shark with it, impales the shark, and with his own weight and legs holds the shark up with the helicopter blade.
What?
Fuck yeah.
Oh yeah. And then they even show his feet, and he's like,
That sounds as ridiculous as the Fast and Furious series got.
Oh my god.
this was a wasn't feeling.
At
I
least
didn't like
Fast
the
and
Meg
Furious
1.
is fun because the Meg 1 was, from what I remember us watching. I
Smorfest.
think I fell asleep during that one too. Yeah, we both fell asleep.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And Bridget was like, "Oh." I'm like, "Sorry, Bridget, it was
sucked.
bad." No amount of joking saved us through that movie, and
Oh,
we
man.
joke the whole movie when it's bad. And we were,
Wow.
So I've officially slept through both Shark.
yeah, hours of your life that you don't even need back because you got a perfect rest.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, this movie, it's the same thing as like normal trope. Like it was Jurassic Park underwater. It was really strange. They have a Kraken. They're like, we have our own Meg. I was like, fucking idiots. You know, it was just stupid.
That's true.
They even have like Jurassic Park monsters that are like running on the land, and
That was also true at the beginning of the movie, unless they came back.
they come back.
Oh boy.
Yeah. And you remember how bad they looked in the beginning?
Yes.
Yeah, they come back that same way.
Cool.
They come back with the same like shitty ass computer graphics. It was
man.
bad, bro.
I want a movie to just have like PlayStation graphics for the CGI. Just sell it off that it's like fucking amazing.
Yeah, isn't that the
Like
Scorpion
super
King?
serious.
When they have him in that scorpion
But that was
body.
PS2 graphics.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
You want like Lara Croft, Tomb Raider 1.
Blocky.
I want Rhapsody Kids graphics for a movie.
After last season?
After last season's too far. No.
Too far.
After last season sucks.
Rap Shitty Christmas.
That movie's amazing. That's on the holiday to watch list.
I still think we can get them to make a sequel.
We have to. They're going to do the Easter one.
Yeah.
Oh, they're gonna do
Rhapsody Easter.
Wow,
The guys who made it were on Long Island,
that's crazy.
unfortunately.
Oh my God. You could have the people that are funding a certain show.
No. God,
Why not?
no.
Why not?
Yeah, I love it. Why not? Hey, come
I
on.
think they'd be all about it.
Yeah, point one, why not?
Yeah.
Point two, come on.
Come on. Why not?
Point three,
So funny.
Oh my god.
I'll reach out. I'll see what happens.
Make the magic happen. Bring it back.
Oh my god.
They sell actually they don't even sell the program. The program's like readily available on the computer from what I saw.
We need a pitch to like be able to. We need a test footage to show them. I think.
to show them Rhapsody.
Yeah, we made this.
Oh my god.
This is what we could do
Yeah,
for you.
it can only get worse.
There's a show that finished up its third season, and I finished it this past week.
What's that?
Whoa.
Only Moida's in the building.
Oh, there's 3 seasons already.
Yeah.
Holy
Oh.
crap, I thought it was just the second one.
Yeah, me too.
Tree.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah,
quick.
that building knows how to murder people.
Selena needs some money.
Oh, yeah.
She got to get that money, honey.
And Martin Short.
Yeah.
Can't throw T Swift into the show so I could watch it.
Whoa, T Swift?
Oh,
Get Swifty.
I can see that. Imagine. Oh my god.
I can see her being in season 4 the way that they're
Please.
getting like more prestigious people. They'll get to Tay Tay.
Let's go.
Because season 3 was Paul Rudd and Meryl Streep.
Whoa.
Oh.
I feel like if they like fuse and like their hands
Fusion,
don't line
huh?
up, they could be Taylor Swift.
Yeah. Fusion, huh?
But I still like the show. I think the show's very fun and a good time. And I don't necessarily. Well, I feel like this could be like a whole episode on its own of conversation. But when you watch a mystery, do you feel like you like to know that you had the opportunity to sort of figure it out yourself, and if it's well written, they'll kind of like give you everything, but you still can't do it. Like, it's
Still
like,
can't piece it
oh, it was
together."
right there.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
As opposed to like sprinkling in pivotal information later on, and be like, okay, that was, if I knew that earlier, maybe I would have pieced it together. That's kind of how the show works in its episodic nature, which maybe is just necessary because it's a show, but it's like they sprinkle in things that pay off later in that way. It's just like not to be too specific, but that's like the only thing where it's like I feel like you have to just watch it to know what happens. Like you can't really like theorizing
solve
is
it.
basically a waste of time, which I guess is a credit to the writing in itself, where it's like they don't make it that easy to guess until they really spell it out for you. But I think that they always have fun, silly characters. They had this funny moment in season 3. Martin Short's character, he wrote a play, but then it is basically being redone as a musical, and they gave Steve Martin's character the role of like, you're doing the song that we give the people who aren't gifted at singing, where they be like they sing fast through the song, and so he's got like a whole mouthful of words to say for the entire song. It's actually on like Spotify now.
Oh my god.
I forget which of the something infants did it, and he was struggling so much to do it that he like had these near-death experiences where like he blacks out and goes to like this like white room. I thought he like died and went to heaven the first time they showed it, where it's like he's just like, I don't know, he's just like in like blissful happiness, like, and he's just like so happy and like exploring and walking around, and then they come back to the real world and he like blacked out for like the duration until the song was over, and he set something on fire. He like did something horrible, and it was cartoony. It was silly, but that was like a funny, bizarre, creative thing they decided to do this season.
Cool.
Is all the murders still in the same building, or is it a new building each season?
Would you want to know?
Yes.
So this episode 1 spoilers for Only Murder season 3. Because up until then, yes. Episode 1, actually, it's technically they set it up at the end of the prior season, and it was honestly had nothing to do with it. Like season 2, they wrap up the mystery and they have like a flash forward, and they show Martin Short's characters play, and Paul Rudd is the lead actor. Like they introduced him at the end of season 2, and he's doing the play, and he drops dead. And so they're like, oh shit, that's not in the building. Season 2 begins. Season 3, I mean, begins. Spoilers. He gets brought back. he was like poisoned but revived. And they like go back to the building to have like address the situation, what to do, and then he gets pushed down the elevator shaft and dies. So he does die in the building.
Damn. That's crazy.
And they set up season 4 with another person dying in the building. So yeah, everyone does still die in the building.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's an enjoyable show. Yeah, it's a very easy, you know. Actually, the episodes are longer than I remembered. I was like, some of them are like 40-something minutes long. But it's still a very enjoyable show, and if you have Hulu, I'd recommend it.
Got to try it still.
Yeah. All right, and the main thing that we have left now is the most important one, I'd say. Something I'm very much looking forward to. Love is Blind's latest season.
Oh, not dog shit.
No. Juice. It's all gravy.
Yeah. Oh my god.
The gravy train.
It's the juiciest season of
It's
the
insane.
fucking show.
This is probably the most train wreck season.
I've heard other people say it, so hear you guys say it really drives it home.
Yeah, because there's only like 2 couples that are so far like...
They might make it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Definitely one. One seems solid.
Oh yeah,
But if they don't make it, I would be like, this guy is such a player. I love this guy. This guy is amazing.
My man, there he
is. I love he reminds me of one of our friends.
Yeah.
He's just amazing. I love this guy. His name is Milton.
yeah. Milton.
His name's Milton?
Yeah.
Milton. No.
No, Milton.
No,
Yeah.
it's Milton. And then sometimes it's Milton.
Yeah. I love you very much, Milton.
But most of the time it's Milton.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Sounds fabulous.
Oh god.
Then we have Mr. Clean.
Mr. Clean.
Mr. Clean.
Yeah.
Is
Mr. Clean's going through it
Yeah, he's swoof. He's getting dirty. He's
Yeah,
getting
him
done dirty, Mr.
by
Clean.
Malibu Barbie or whatever.
Malibu Barbie.
Malibu
Yeah, she
Stacy?
is. She's a crazy lady.
There was that sneak peek that you showed me with like a character that a female that like couldn't get her backstory straight. You remember we watched that together?
Oh, yeah.
Does she stick
nuts.
around?
Well, she does make a reappearance.
Oh, they always bring back people for like those like.
And it's a
Little-
very unique, quirky experience that goes down.
The producers were
Very
like, "We need to bring her back whenever possible. She'll be in the reunion even though she's not there."
It's insane.
Yeah, she was nuts, but there's so much other stuff that's way bigger and crazier than that moment now
Sure.
that I'm like, God damn, bro. There's just every episode I've been like, how is this a show? Oh my God, these people are on TV and they're like still doing this stuff. It's insanity.
They're
Insanity.
ruining their lives.
Oh, man. And the guy that has a problem with girls with makeup on.
What?
Yes.
Yes.
That's the craziest thing I've ever heard come out of anybody's
That
mouth.
sounds so fucking
That
good.
chick, it comes out left field, and he just drops a bomb on her. Like,
Can you answer one of my questions? Because I'm trying to the last season because I've watched them out of order, but the previous most recent season that came out, for the most part, the men are portrayed as somewhat level-headed, and then the women provide the drama, which was like felt kind of unfair. But as long as there's like a balance, so it sounds like this season it's not specifically the ladies.
No, not at all. This one definitely has a oof. There's a couple of guys in there. Yes, exactly him. He sticks out like a sore thumb with his own craziness and quirkiness.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Just like it's just like the the fortress of what do you call it? The Super Friends villains.
Yeah.
Legion of Doom.
I feel like it's like the dating within the Legion of Doom.
That's how this season feels.
Yeah, this season does. I can't
the
believe
dirtiest season.
of all things to be spoiler free from. This is the thing that I'm like, I can't say. I can't say. I want you to experience it.
I'm going to start this week because we were finishing watching other things in the meantime, like The Circle. Well, we watched another season of that, and I was waiting. I watched it quicker than my wife did. She watches downloads episodes on her iPad, watches on the train while I watch it while making dinner or something like that. And we've got through it, and now I'm ready to start this season of Love Is Blind. So it's happening.
This is the season that made Olivia be like, I started season 1.
Yep.
And I was like, I've gotten everyone.
It's just too crazy.
No, I don't. I can't stand reality TV.
That's what I said. That's how I started. That's how we all
I used to watch it back in the day with my sister.
To be fair, it didn't happen for me instantaneously. It went from like, this is dog shit TV to being like, I genuinely like it. I find it's genuinely entertaining.
Yeah, it's fun to analyze the people. I find it as like a case study kind of thing.
F-Boy Island was like the first introduction for me, and then I think I became more receptive of things after that, and then I didn't understand The Circle, and I don't know if I still understand it, but I get it in its own way, and that's what I feel about Love Is Blind. The last season of Love Is Blind was the first one I saw, and I'd only seen like bros and babes on the beach, and I was just like, they're not on the beach. What's this pod shit? Because I thought they were just in the pods the whole time, but I was like, oh no, they're going on like a mini honeymoon before they're even like married on the beach. Like, yes. And then they get all drama filled, but then I've learned to be like, yeah, the pod stuff, it can be ridiculous and dramatic too in its own crazy way. So
this season, the pod stuff is nuts.
Nice.
I think
this is the most dramatic one ever. Like, everybody's got such... I mean, Uche and that girl.
Lydia.
Yes, thank you. She's... they are crazy.
We
But
need
then you start to like her.
Yeah, I know.
She's not awful.
Next time something comes out and watch it for the first time, we should kidnap Tony and
Tie him up.
and watch him. Yeah, tie him up so he can't
Yeah.
leave.
Consensual.
Consensually tie him up.
Yeah,
R2.
with kryptonite tape, kryptonite lipstick, and we'll watch it. Maybe when they bring back the CW F-Boy Island.
Oh my
Whoa, my God, yes. Boy Island's amazing.
Yeah,
They still got to finish season 2.
I know.
Is there a way to watch it?
No, that's why we have a fucking issue.
There's got to be a way. If there's a will, there's a way.
We'll get it. I'll buy it on Apple episodes, whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
We'll get you into it yet, Tony.
Maybe they put it back
It's
on
on
Max.
Voodoo.
Oh my God.
All right. Well, sorry, we're all just looking things up now.
Yeah.
So no Rachel this episode means no Batwoman, even though
Oh.
Alex gave a thumbs up. No Batwoman.
Yeah.
which I believe means that we've reached the end of this episode.
Wow.
There's the ending. Wow. Wow. Wow.
We hope you enjoyed this 182nd episode. We'll see you on 183. Ooh, bye. I'm Ed.
I'm Al. Lex.
This is Tony.
And I'm Kyle. We are Pseudo Adults.